welcome to the Bulldog Bowl.
Bulldog Pit.
I know. I'm just saying if you're, yeah.
Seeing if I'm awake.
I know. Bulldog Pit here. And it is very reminiscent of the pit. In fact, I was describing it to someone a couple of days ago who had never been here and said, it really is sort of a miniature pit, if they think of the pit in Albuquerque. So nice facilities, happy to be here. But, of course, it's about Lovington versus Artesia starting district. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and we are here during the warm-up phase, about a little over 9 minutes left on the warm-up clock for these two teams who are out on the floor right now in a very quiet gym. This is going to be a very different atmosphere inside the Bulldog Pit tonight because attendance is restricted tonight, and limited, I should say. Maybe not restricted, but limited. It's my understanding from Robert Ariola, our Lovington athletic director, that each team member got 2 tickets to give to, family members for their use. And outside of that, and only the necessary personnel for Artesia here in the gym, those are the people who are inside and are going to be here for game time for the girls and then the boys.
Well, that's right. So it will be a little bit different atmosphere than you're used to here at any sporting event, really, in Artesia. But looking forward to this one tonight as district gets underway, the second season, the real season, as they say, because what you've done up to this point, can help you and can get you some points down the road. But if you win the district, you don't have to worry about that whole playoff seeding thing. You know you're in.
That's right.
And you know that you've got a seat at the table.
For state playoffs.
For the playoffs
right.
this year.
And Lovington comes in at 5-14, fresh off of a win, a nice victory over Chaparral. Hard fought. The Lady Cats came up on top, 41-40 on that. We were just there at Wildcat Gym on Saturday afternoon, or Tuesday night.
It was
sorry.
just Tuesday. Yeah.
We've had a lot of games.
It's been a long week.
And Tuesday night, and then we'll be back at Wildcat Gym on Tuesday, February 1st. But we're here ready for the tip-off of this one as Artesia comes in at 9-10 under head coach Jeff Hodling. And they, of course, are looking to try to start their district road with a win tonight as well. So it'll be an interesting battle of the two. As we'll go down the roster real quickly for Artesia and then the roster for Lovington. Artesia comes into this one fresh off of a win over Ruidoso, 72-36. And next up for them will be another district matchup on Tuesday night. They go to Portales to play at Portales, whereas our Lovington girls and boys are going to be home on Tuesday the 1st against Goddard. But tonight on the court, it's going to be number 11, Audrey Vello, number 12, Kaylin Greathouse, number 14, Letitia Hammer, number 15, Myra Jimenez, number 20, Jalen Bustamante, number 21, Coda Beltran, number 22, Claudia Castillo, number 23, Kimber Beltran, number 24, Lakin King, number 32, Hattie Harrison, number 33, Abby Houseshield, number 34, Aubrey Ivy, and number 45, Lauren Wagner. As indicated, the starters tonight for Artesia will be Vello Beltran, that's Coda Beltran, Kimber Beltran, so both of them will be starting. And they are not twins, by the way. Coda Beltran's listed as a junior. Kimber Beltran is a sophomore. And another starter will be Hattie Harrison, who is just a freshman, and number 45, Lauren Wagner, who is a sophomore. For your Lovington girls, they're in the road blues with the white numbers and letters. They comprise 3 Kira Olivas. Number 4, Audrey Alexander. Number 5, Celeste Dominguez. Number 10, Jasmine Cooper. Number 12, Chloe Corral. Number 14, Tiana Thompson. Number 20, Elizabeth Buendia. Number 23, Myra Castro. Number 30, Erlene Salcido. Number 32, Mia Contreras. And number 42, Katie Bell. Number 14, Jaylyn Aranda. And we'll see what number Ashlyn Barunda is wearing tonight. She was number 4 on Tuesday night.
Yeah, a lot of times Ashlyn plays if there's a girl that's not able to play, and she'll
right.
often wear that number.
That number of the roster. So we'll
Jasmine
just have
Clark will probably be wearing 50. So.
Right, 50 is Jasmine Clark.
Seems like they finally settled on that for Jasmine.
I think so, but we'll see for sure tonight. We won't know for sure. Well, yes, they have posted the starters also for Lovington, and they will be number 5, Celeste Dominguez, number 20, Elizabeth Buendia, number 23, Myra Castro, number 30, Erlene Salcido, and number 33, Malaya Castro. So those are going to be your starters under head coach Wade Scott tonight, as we are just a few minutes away from getting this underway. And the Lovington girls have been on a road improving and building. They are a very young team. They only have 2 seniors on that team, and they're leading a scorer right now. And she's leading in a lot of categories. Leading scorer is Malaya Castro. She's their leading scorer in terms of 3-pointers as well, and she is number 3 in assists. So she's doing very well for that team as a very young player, and is really going to be, I think, very instrumental, in coming seasons for Lovington. But she's been very, she's a standout even in this season. So we'll see her on the court tonight. Celeste Dominguez, another standout, and she is a senior, and she's leading the team in blocks right now and in rebounds with 93, in steals with 28. So doing very well. She also is number 3 in scoring for the Lady Cats with 88 points so far this season. So that is kind of how things shape up as we get ready to get underway tonight. About 4 minutes left. Soon they'll be calling the girls out on the court for the introduction of players and the national anthem. But before we get this underway, what do you have to say, TJ?
Well, I was just going to say, of course, you mentioned, Lovington coming off that big 41-40 victory on Tuesday night at our place against Chaparral. That game doesn't go into the win column for the Lovington Lady Cats unless Erlene Salcido, she rattled off a double-double. 10 points, including 6 in that fourth and deciding quarter, and 20 rebounds in the game. It was nice to see, and Erlene just a sophomore, I believe. Nice to see her finally, kind of breaking out just a little bit. You've seen with a lot of these girls, they have the potential and they'll have big games, and I think they're going to need one tonight from Salcido. And a much different Artesia team, I noticed too. It's looking down the list, and all of a sudden it's like, well, wait a minute.
There's not a huddling.
There's not a huddling, except
play.
On the bench.
Right.
With coach huddling. But, a lot of girls that, for years, and it seemed like they played, from the time they were fourth graders against Lovington at least, So a lot of new names for Artesia that we're going to have to learn. And Artesia not having quite the season that maybe that, they thought they were going to have, or that they, were expecting at 9 and 10. They're a young team too, but I think if Lovington can come out and can continue to gel, and if they can find any consistent offense tonight and they can play defense the way they did against Chaparral, I think they've got a real chance here at the Bulldog Pit, even though just playing in this building with the open ends that you only see basically at the Pit in Albuquerque, at the Santa Ana Star Center, and here in Artesia, the sight line changes. I've always said this place is worth 10 points for the home team.
Yeah, the
and
depth,
so the depth perception is much different.
It is. It's very, very much different. And so, yes, and it does give a great advantage to a team that practices, not just plays here all the time, but practices. So it is, I think, quite different for the players. I think they're taught to block out the background, just play, it's the same distance. They're told, listen, it's the same distance from the floor, everywhere shooting-wise. Only thing that's different is what's behind it. So just concentrate on the basket and the backboard, and don't worry about anything else because your distances are the same. Lovington is going to have to take care of the ball. They cannot afford to turn over the ball as much as they did against Chaparral. Chaparral turned the ball over as much or more, and so
33 turnovers in that ball game for Lovington, and against an Artesia team, you turn it over 33 times, and you're going to be in 35-point running clock.
Yeah, and with just about a minute left here, I think they're just about ready to get the introductions done, and possibly, and I'm sure the national anthem. So,
and I'm sure they'll turn the lights out and go all Lakers for the
they probably will
for the Lady
Artesia,
Bulldogs,
right, for their home team. So we'll be ready to take a break during all of that. But definitely a game that's going to set the tone, for the Lady Cats, and I hope that they're coming off with some confidence from that win on Tuesday night. They should be into this one, even though Artesia always tough. No matter what kind of a season they're having, Artesia will always put it together, and seems to always put it together against Lovington, no matter what sport. So definitely going to be looking at that. Artesia generally very aggressive And I think Lovington needs to come out and be very assertive on the court. They tend to play better. It sparks their offense when they come out and they're aggressive and they press. And I think they're going to definitely want to do that from the very beginning of this game tonight.
Yeah, they're definitely going to want to, and they're definitely going to need to, as it looks like they're going to do the anthem. So I guess we'll take a break and come back and get this one tipped off.
We will. We'll be back with more Lovington girls basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to the Bulldog Pit for the Lovington Artesia game, start of district for both of these teams. And we're just about to get this one underway. We want to say a quick thank you to our sponsors: Stone Oilfield Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lovington Schools, Nowell Pharmacy, Lee County Electric, Lovington Auto Supply, Bob's Thriftway, First American Bank of Lovington, and Nor Lee. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. You're listening and or watching Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Starters are out on the floor, ready to tip this one off as we are on the floor. And it's controlled by Artesia as Wagner's got it. She feeds it and gives it quickly to Beltran, Coda Beltran, for an easy, quick layup. Puts Artesia on the board 2-0. Lovington's got it, though. Celeste Dominguez takes a pass from across the timeline, gets it over to Malaya Castro in the left corner. Malaya works it back out. Bounce pass inside to Salcido, tries to put up a shot. It's blocked by Wagner and taken with, that's the first turnover by Lovington. And taking a three-point shot, it's number 23, Camber Beltran. There's a rebound and a putback by 45, and Wagner is in the books with 2 rebounds and 2 points. Lovington with the ball, back over the timeline. That is Buendia with it to Malaya Castro to Celeste Dominguez in the left corner. Bounce pass back out to Myra Castro. Myra Castro tries to bounce it, and it is picked off. Second turnover by Lovington. Taking it down, all the way down, was Audrey Bello with a quick 2 points, a layup, and a whistle sound. She is fouled.
And they count the bucket, too.
Yes, and they count the bucket. So the Bulldogs are up quickly. The Lady Bulldogs 6-0. And Myra Castro is whistled for that foul. That's her first one. And it does put Bello at the line. And up and no good. Bounces out, but Wagner gets the rebound. Putback's no good. Wagner gets the rebound. Putback's no good. Wagner gets the rebound and finally puts it in for 2 more points. She's got 4 in the game. 2 for Bello, 2 for Coda Beltran. 8-0. Lovington has yet to get on the board. Taking it all the way down the court, though, was Elizabeth Buendia. Puts up the shot, won't fall, and the rebound comes out. Artesia's got it.
And
Bello.
Wagner already 5 rebounds,
That's right.
And we're not even 2 minutes into this one yet.
Crazy. 6:29 left to play. Artesia is passing it around outside the arc now. They try to pass it inside to Wagner in the lane, but jumping up in front of her was Erlyn Salcido. And Wagner is going to get called on the foul, and it is going to put Malaya. It's a not a shooting foul. It's on the floor.
It will be a turnover for Artesia.
Exactly. And that's really their first turnover. Lovington's got 3 already. Lovington passing down, and they were trying for Malaya Castro over in the corner.
Yes.
Or no, Myra Castro. They were trying for Myra over in the left corner. It went out of bounds, but last touch by Artesia. Lovington gets the ball. Myra puts it into Malaya Castro. She puts up a shot, won't fall. Kimber Beltran with the rebound. She's got it. Gives it off to Bello. Bello across the timeline. Back to Beltran on the left side. Artesia going to pass it around the arc. Now 21, Beltran driving the lane. Passes to Wagner right in the low post position. And she puts it up and in. 2 more points. She's got 6 points in this one. 10-0. And a quick steal off of the inbound for Artesia, and putting that a 3-point shot.
Coda Beltran.
Coda Beltran. She's got 5 in the game now. Her first tray, and the first tray of the game makes it 13-0 in favor of the Lady Bulldogs, and a timeout being taken. As
I think wisely.
Wade Scott wants to just cool this down as Artesia has come out on fire, and Wade Scott wants to talk to his girls and just kind of chill Artesia down a little bit, kind of stop the bleeding and see if he can't make some adjustments and try to at least get Lovington hanging on to the ball and get some points on the board. They are down 13-0.
Yeah, 13-0 run to start the game. We're barely 2 minutes into it. They've got to find a way to control Wagner in that low post position. Yeah. She's just getting in there, and she's absolutely
killing them.
Yeah, she's bowling out Buendia and Salcido.
She's already
and they've got to find a way to get around her. Yeah, she's got a couple of blocks. She's forced a couple of turnovers and 6 points in the early going. They've got to find an answer quickly for her.
Out of the timeout, Lovington inbounds. Malaya Castro passes to Dominguez. Dominguez fires it over to Myra Castro on the left wing. She puts up a 3-point shot, won't fall. And with the rebound is Kimber Beltran.
But a quick
turnover. And trying to put that up was Salcido. Doesn't fall. And Artesia with the rebound. Now Velo is going to bring it down. Passes it off to Beltran. Coda Beltran from the right side. And
that's her second tray of the ball game.
Yeah, she's got 8 points in the game, and it's 16-0. Lovington with the ball. Buendia brings it down right side. Passes to Myra Castro from the left corner. Myra pops a shot, and a nice 3-point shot makes it 16-3. But Artesia slowing it down, and now a nice turnover of Celeste Dominguez with a steal, but they can't do anything with it. It's stolen right back.
Well,
so the
puts
teams,
up the quick shot and then the rebound by Beltran.
The team's trading quickly down the court underneath the basket. And there's a turnover. Lovington's got it. That's third turnover for Artesia. And that's Buendia taking it up right side, pulls up. She's passing it. I don't know who she expected to be there. Maybe Myra Castro, but it just simply goes out of bounds right in front of the scorer's table.
Yeah, it was
a bad pass.
Yeah, it was going right between the wing and the top of the arc. There was just nobody home, and it goes out. Fifth turnover for the Lady Cats.
It's 16-3 as Artesia leads. 4:22 left to play in this quick-moving first quarter here. Artesia inbounds. Yeah, it's Vela with the ball. She gets it over to Bustamante in the game now for Artesia. Passes to Letitia Hammer. Letitia puts up a 3-point shot. It's an air ball, and it's Myra Castro with the rebound. So Myra with a couple of rebounds in the game. Gives it off to Celeste Dominguez. Dominguez to Olivas. Olivas pulls up, tries a shot, won't go. Fight for the rebound. It goes out of bounds off of the hands of Velo, so it'll be Lovington basketball underneath their basket. And Myra Castro will inbound from the left of the basket, looking for somebody. She finds Olivas. Olivas works around the arc, gives it to Malaya Castro, works over to the corner, gets it to Myra Castro. She drives and pulls back out, gets it to Malaya. Malaya pulls up, tries a shot. It's an air ball. It goes out of bounds, and it's last touched by Lovington. So it will be Artesia basketball.
And I like the thought there of getting it to your hot shooters, but you cannot hesitate. I think Malaya doesn't take that little dribble and then slide step. I think she's got a better shot at making that one.
Right. They're just going to have to act quickly. Artesia with the ball. Velo brings it down to Beltran, back to Velo over in the left side. Tries a pass inside the lane, and at the top of the key, it's Olivas who takes it away. Nice steal and stolen right back. So the teams trade turnovers as Artesia's got it. They pass it to Hammer. Hammer goes off of her foot, but they pass it back out to Vela, or actually 21, Coda Beltran. She takes a 3. It goes in and out, and Dominguez has it. Dominguez goes right side, drives in, leaves it off for Malaya Castro. Malaya to Myra. Myra drives in, pops a shot off of the backboard, and getting that's Hattie Harrison in now for Artesia. Her first rebound. 16-3 still the score. Artesia leading. Good defensive pressure put on by Lovington. They're losing their folks. And then gets Coda Beltran with another shot. She puts it up. It's a 2-pointer, 18-3.
And now is the time for Lovington to respond. They can't
Katie
get
Bell
down.
has the ball. She gets it to Myra Castro on the left side. She puts up a 3-pointer, won't fall. And the rebound is made by Kimber Beltran, her third rebound.
Bustamante,
sorry. And they pass it to Beltran. Coda takes a shot, won't fall. Off the backboard, it's going to be Malaya Castro with the rebound. She gets the ball, pulls up, passes it over to Myra on the left side. Myra looking for room, finds Dominguez in the left corner. Dominguez drives the baseline, passes to Olivas in the right corner, then out to Castro. Then the girls are just passing it around outside the arc, looking for room. Katie Bell gets the ball inside in the low post position. It won't fall. They put up a couple of shots and can't get it to fall, and Artesia gets the rebound. That's Velo with the rebound. She handles the ball, gets it to Coda Beltran, back to Velo. And passes inside the lane, putting up that shot. Harrison with a little layup makes it 20-3. Artesia dominating Lovington early in this one. Lovington brings the ball down across the timeline. They pass it over to Katie Bell.
Yeah, but unfortunately took it into the
right.
backcourt.
Took it in the backcourt. Violation there. So that's going to be another turnover, number 7 by Lovington. 20-3 your score. A minute 19 left of blazing fast first quarter here at the Artesia Bulldog Pit. Inbounding right in front of us. Artesia's got it, and Coda Beltran pulls up on the right wing and pops a three-pointer, her third tray of the game. She's got 13 points in this game already. Lovington with the ball. Buendia gets it to Chloe Corral. Chloe Corral drives along the right side. Tries to pass it into Bell, and it's taken away by Wagner. So another turnover and a steal by Wagner off of a bad pass. Artesia's going to pass it around and take a shot from the right side. Doesn't fall, and that's 14. Hammer with the rebound. And then the putback in the low post by Lauren Wagner. 2 more points for her. Makes it 25-3, and another timeout as I believe Wade Scott is taking a 60-second timeout because Artesia is just overpowering Lovington so far in this game.
Yeah, right now Lovington is wanting to know the number of the orange truck that just hit it because Artesia has come out definitely on fire. Lovington, when they have the ball, I like the quick passing around the arc, but they have got to get whoever they have in the post position, whether it's low or high, they've got to get them moving. All 3 of our posts have just kind of gone there and stood there and let Artesia dominate them. They've got to move around. They've got to create the action.
They have to create the opening. They have to find the opening.
They have not done that yet, and Artesia has taken advantage of it.
Yeah, and Lovington turning over the ball. Really, the 2 biggest Lady Cat killers so far are Lauren Wagner, number 45, who's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got her down for 6 rebounds already, and she's got 2, 4, 6, 8 points in the game to go with that. And Coda Beltran, who has 3 trays and 4 more points to go with that. She's got 13 in this game already. So, and the rest, seems like every other Artesia girl on the court can rebound because they've got rebounds in the books.
Yeah, they certainly do. Velo, Hammer, Bustamante, Beltran, Kimber Beltran, Harrison, so Lovington has got to find an answer and find it quick.
And they've got to take care of the ball better, hang on to it. Jasmine Cooper in the game. Actually, I think that's Ashlyn Barunda. Ashlyn brings it down. There's a shot from Chloe Corral on the right side. Won't fall. A fight for the rebound. It never gets put back up, but it ends up falling to Audrey Velo through. I think Lauren Wagner got a hand on that. Artesia brings it down. That is Beltran on the side. Oh, and a nice steal as Ashlyn Barunda takes it away, brings it down on the right side, and then they lose the handle on it. It goes out of bounds. Let's see if they're going to give that. If it stays, it's going to stay Lovington basketball. And Ashlyn Barunda, I think, is wearing jersey number 10. Right. And Jasmine Cooper not here tonight. The ball inbounds. It goes up. And nobody with, I believe that was Beltran with the rebound at the buzzer as Artesia sends it down. They were going to try to get it to Letitia Hammer to put up, but the clock sounded before she could put the layup up, and it ends up 25-3 at the end of this first quarter as Artesia just overpowering Lovington in this one. So far the only person who has managed to get on in the scorebook tonight for Lovington is not Mia Contreras, but Myra Castro.
Yeah.
Myra Castro had the tray, and she is in the books, and of course 25 points now for Artesia in this one. A lot of rebounding and stealing going on. It's not perfect. Lovington has been able to hustle and been able to force several turnovers. We've had 3 or 4 steals. We've had Olivas, Dominguez, and Ashlyn Barunda stealing the ball.
Yeah, they forced 6 turnovers in that first half.
Exactly. So they, of course, created 8 of their own. They had 8 turnovers for Lovington in the first quarter that I've written down.
Yeah, that's what I've got, too.
All right, so here we go. We're about ready to get this second quarter underway. 25-3 your score. Dominguez will inbound right in front of our scorer's table at midcourt. Gets it in to Ashlyn Barunda. Ashlyn walks across the timeline, right side, getting worked on. And gives it off to Chloe Corral. Chloe trapped up in that right corner. as all over her over there was that no, that's 21. That's Coda Beltran all over her in that right corner. Forces her out of bounds, stays Lovington basketball, though. She gets it in, and Ashlyn Barunza takes a shot from that right corner. Won't fall. Wagner with yet another rebound. They get it down to Coda Beltran. She drives in, right side of the lane, and uses the backboard to put in 2 more points. She's got 15 in the game, makes it 27-3, Artesia. Lovington with the ball. That is Ashlyn Barunda. Brings it across the timeline, then passes to Olivas over in the left corner, and I think they're going to call a tie ball.
And
she gets tied up with Velo, but the possession goes the way of Artesia. It's going to be Wagner who inbounds for Artesia. Artesia will inbound underneath the Lovington basket. No defensive pressure on them whatsoever. Lovington is set up in their zone defense already. Artesia bringing it down. Bustamante over to Coda Beltran. Back to Velo. Now in the lane to Harrison. Oh, and taken away. So a nice steal as Ashlyn Barunda.
And actually triggering that steal was Salcido.
Salcido triggers it, but Ashlyn Barunda has the ball now. And there's a shot up from the left side. Myra Castro again puts up her second tray of the game. So let's get her open more often in the corners and let her keep shooting threes. 27-6 her score right now. And Chloe Corral giving Velo fits with good defense. But Artesia manages to break that and get the ball to Hattie Harrison, who goes in and puts up an easy layup, makes it 29-6. Lovington with the ball. Ashlyn Barunda brings it across the timeline right side. Gets it over to Salcido, to Castro. Back on the right side to Barunda. Swatted away, but she gets it. Puts up a little jumper, won't fall. She gets her own rebound. Her putback no good. And Artesia with the rebound. That's Coda Beltran now with the ball. Gets it to Velo. All the way over in the left corner to Bustamante. Back around the arc. And a 3-point shot by Velo. Makes it 32-6.
Just ouch.
5:48 left to play in this second quarter. Lovington with the ball. Barunda on the right side brings it. Gives it to Chloe Corral. Puts up a shot as she drives across the lane. Won't fall. And the rebound actually was by Olivas. And she got it over to Myra. Myra took another shot. It didn't fall. And then Artesia with the rebound. And 21. Coda Beltran pulls up in that left spot that she loves and buries another 3. Makes it 35-6. Ashlyn Barunda with the ball. Coming over left side this time. Across the timeline. And passes to Myra Castro. Castro over to Corral in the right corner. The ball batted away by Bustamante. Artesia is very quick, and they will try to steal it, block it, push it away, do whatever they can. It goes out of bounds, but it'll stay Lovington basketball as Myra Castro inbounds right in front of the Artesia bench. Tries to pass it over to Malay in the right corner, and it's taken away. Another turnover by Lovington. Artesia with the ball. Velo's got it. And they're going to say she travels. So it'll be a turnover, and that's turnover number 8.
And that was forced by great coverage there. Buendia right in her face, but not making contact, and that kind of threw Velo off just a little bit. Good turnover forced by the Lady Cats.
Yeah, good tight defense. We need more of that. Lovington with the ball. They inbound it. Buendia drives in to the lane, left side. She's going to put up a little left-handed layup, but it's blocked away.
And she's fouled.
Yep, and it's pushed away and goes out of bounds. I think that was Coda Beltran who got her.
Yeah, I think so.
So, yep, it's going to be her first foul. And it's going to send Buendia to the line. Buendia, first trip to the line. In fact, this is the first trip for any Lovington girl at the line tonight. Ooh, nice. She pops the net. So Buendia with 1 point in the game makes it 35-7. Artesia over Lovington. 4:49 left to play in this second quarter. Second one is up. Eyes it, skies it, and that one nothing but net. Makes it 35-8. Artesia with the ball. Velo brings it up right side. Oh, attempted steal. She hangs on to it, though. Tries to put up a layup. Celeste Dominguez fighting for the rebound.
That can't control, so unfortunately goes out of bounds off Celeste. So Artesia will keep it in their offensive zone.
Artesia, Dakota Beltran underneath the basket with a quick, she gets it into Hammer. Hammer was going to put up the layup, but it gets blocked away, but fouled in the process. So, again, good defense. However, trying to swat it away, Castro gets her second foul, and it puts Hammer at the line, her first trip. And it hits and rolls away, so a miss for her. She has a rebound in the game as well. Second shot up. Dominguez in the blocks for Lovington, and Dominguez gets the rebound. There's a fight for it. Salcido gets it. But there's a fight for it. Dominguez was right there as well. They bring it down the court right side. Malaya Castro's got it. She gives it to Buendia in the right corner. And then number 23, Kimber Beltran, comes along, tries to take it out of her hands, and ends up being a tie ball. It was a pretty quick call on that.
Yeah, and
there was no foul, and there was no turnover. They just decided to call the tie ball really quickly.
And Corral thought about shooting that ball. I think if she goes and makes that shot, she doesn't get tied up, but she hesitated, and that let Beltran tie her up.
Malaya Castro gets it in, gives it to Buendia. Buendia puts up a shot. There's a fight for the rebound, and I did not see the rebound.
20.
Number 20, Buendia. And still a loose ball on the court, and it ends up in the hands of Coda Beltran, but it's going to be a foul, and they're going to call that on number 20, Buendia. That's going to be her first foul. It was not a shooting foul. It's on the floor. And it looks like Wagner is going to inbound in front of the Artesia bench. Wagner gets it to Velo. Velo listed as a shooting guard, but she really is I think she's more of a point guard. She handles the ball. And they give it over and pass it into Wagner right underneath the basket. Wagner can't handle the ball.
Nice catch, Dawn Morgan.
Thank you. Goes right to me. All right.
I don't think you're an eligible player
receiver,
out there.
Yeah,
will be a turnover, the 9th for the Artesia Lady Bulldogs.
And give it to Lovington as Malaya Castro is going to cross the timeline, get it to Dominguez. Lovington working quicker now, and I like that. Faster passing. They're trying to create some room. That's Olivas trying to find room in the lane. Couldn't, so backs it back out. Gives it to Malaya Castro now to Dominguez in the left corner. And a bad bounce pass is right into the hands of Harrison. And turnover number 11 for the Lovington girls. And number 11, Audrey Velo with the ball. They give it to Wagner. Wagner passes out to Coda Beltran in the right corner, and she pops a three. That's her 4th tray of the game. Fifth tray. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I've written them down. I just didn't see all of them. Yikes. There are so many.
I know.
All right, 38-8 your score. Artesia in the lead. Of course, Lovington with the ball. Celeste Dominguez on the left side passes it to Buendia, drives the lane left side. Oh, she loses her footing, tries to put up a shot, and it won't go. And with the rebound coming down with that for Artesia was number 23, Kimber Beltran. Kimber, they pass it around, get it to Coda Beltran on the right side, tries to put it up, and a nice steal by Salcido, and forcing a turnover. That's another turnover. And driving the baseline underneath the basket is a Malaya Castro, and puts up her first points of the game, makes it 38-10.
And now Lovington switching to a little pressure. I think maybe should have done it a little while ago.
Audrey Velo with the ball, drives coast to coast, tries to put up a shot, layup, won't finish, but back with the rebound and the putback, and the basket is Wagner. She dumps in 2 more points, makes it 40-10. 2:18 left to play in this second quarter as Malaya Castro has got it for Lovington. Gets it. A pass down in front, just to the left of the basket. They pass to Olivas, and she puts up the shot, makes it, and she draws the foul. So they count the bucket, and they are going to call that foul on number. They're going to call. Who would they call it? They haven't put it up. Here. Yeah, they haven't. Number 23, which is Kimber Beltran, her first foul. And it does send Olivas to the line, her first trip tonight. She puts it up, no good. And fighting for the rebound, it was Salcido, but it goes out of bounds off of her hands. So.
Yeah, Salcido under there battling with Wagner. A pretty good fight underneath there.
Not bad.
And nice to see Salcido. I saw her when she came down the floor. It's like she's getting mad.
And you got to challenge. You really got to challenge Wagner. Artesia with the ball. They pass down to the left side. Kimber Beltran with the ball. She loses the handle on it. They're going to call a foul, a push foul on Celeste Dominguez. That is her first foul, and Erlene Salcedo was over there as well, so but they called that on Dominguez. On the floor, Artesia passes it in. They get it to Wagner in the low post, and nice job of blocking out as Salcedo taking it away, forcing a Wagner, putting some blocks on her, but it is going to be Malaya Castro who gets called as there was a lot of traffic right underneath the basket, a lot of hands up, so it sends Wagner to the line. She puts it up, no problem, 41-12 now, as there was a lot of competition for that basketball. Free-for-all underneath the basket. Second one up, no good, a miss for Wagner, but the rebound is Harrison's, her third. They get it over to Beltran. Beltran sends it over to the corner, and
the other Beltran,
Kimber now with her first tray of the game. 44-12 as a minute 38 left to play in this half. Malaya Castro takes it down the court right side for the Lady Cats and tries a little bounce pass, and they're going to call a foul, I think, on number 23, Kimber Beltran. Yep, that's her second, and it's going to send Salcedo to the line.
Just the fourth team foul on the floor.
Yep.
So
all right.
Neither team really in danger of being in the bonus yet.
Not yet. And Lovington will inbound underneath the basket. Olivas to Dominguez. Dominguez drives across the lane, puts up a little left-handed floater, and it drops. Nice moves from Celeste. She's in the books with 2 points. 44-14 your score now. Artesia leading. Oh, good defensive pressure. They take it away from Velo, and Malaya Castro goes down and puts up a nice right-handed layup for 2 more points. She's got 4 in the game. Nice steal. They kind of caught Artesia sleeping just a little bit there. Forced that turnover and then made good on it. But coming back down, Artesia's got it. They get it to Beltran in the right corner, and boy, she rattles one home. Another three-pointer for Coda Beltran makes it 47-16. Lovington with the ball, bring it down right side. Buendia gets trapped up in that right corner trying to find somebody, and they're going to call the foul. 21 and 23 are both on her, so Kimber Beltran picks up another foul quickly, her third foul now.
And that is the 5th team foul on Artesia, so they've still got 1 to give before Lovington gets in the bonus, but only 42 seconds left in the quarter.
Right. And it is going to be number 3, Olivas, who's going to inbound. Olivas gets it to Ashlyn Barunda, to Chloe Corral, out to Dominguez, left side. Dominguez passes to Olivas, who drives in left side, tries to put it up. Wagner reaches up, grabs that rebound. So there will be no offensive rebound or putback for Lovington. Artesia quickly brings it down the right side. Velo's got it. Wagner passes into Harrison right underneath the basket. Harrison puts up another quick 2. She's got 4 in the game, 49-16 with 13 seconds left to play. Lovington's got it. They pass it to Chloe Corral in the right corner. She tries to find some room, dribbles, tries to put up a little floater, ends up falling down. There is no whistle. Velo's got the ball. The rebound, she gets it to Harrison, who tries to put a layup up in the last second at the buzzer, and Ashlyn Barunda blocks it out. So a nice block from Ashlyn, but the halftime ends, and your score is 49-16. Artesia leading this one, and we'll be back with your halftime report and Lovington girls basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Artesia as we are in the Bulldog Pit. Halftime of this one, Lovington versus Artesia. And here is your score at halftime, 49-16. The Lady Bulldogs in control of this one, but the Lady Cats had a better second quarter, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. We'll run down your points. Right now, your leading scorer for Artesia is Coda Beltran with 24 points. A lot of times that's your total points. A lot of times your game high will not be 24, but she's got 24 points and 4 rebounds to go with that. Also, Lauren Wagner has 11 points, 11 rebounds. So
a double-double in the
double
first half.
Already in the first half. And also scoring Audrey Velo with 5 points, 3 rebounds for Artesia. Letitia Hammer has a rebound. Bustamante with a rebound. You've got Kimber Beltran with 3 points, 4 rebounds. Harrison with 6 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal. And Lauren Wagner with the 11 points, the 11 rebounds, and a steal. 27 rebounds total for Artesia, and they turn over the ball 11 times. Lovington, you're scoring with 16 points total. It's pretty spread out, but your leading scorer right now is Myra Castro with 6 points, coming in 2 trays. She's got 2 rebounds to go with that. Malaya Castro has 4 points and a rebound. Also scoring for Lovington, Olivas with 2 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal. Dominguez with 2 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal. Buendia with 2 points and a rebound. Salcido with 1 rebound, 2 steals. You've got Katie Bell with 1 rebound, and Ashlyn Barunda with a rebound, a block, and 2 steals. So Lovington doing a pretty good job of forcing some turnovers. They got the same amount of turnovers, 11, as Artesia in the first half. Here's where it really gets pretty obvious, though. 27 rebounds total for Artesia in that first half, 11 for Lovington. They just have not been able to work the boards as much, and they haven't been able to capitalize on turnovers. They have gotten them blocked out, or they've gotten the ball turned over, or they've made some bad passes. And simply not had as many looks at the basket as Artesia, but Artesia has been denying them second and third looks at the basket in many cases, and Artesia has made more, having been keeping shot percentage from the floor, but Artesia has a very high shooting percentage from the floor. They're not missing many that they take.
No, they're certainly not, and when you look at Coda Beltran, she's got 6 3-pointers. They left her wide open, and she made Lovington pay for it. I think she only attempted 7, and she got 6 of them. So, I mean, that will explain the 24 points there. Lovington, when they finally switched to the trap pressure late in the second quarter, that's when they forced most of those turnovers on this Artesia team. And it seemed to spark them a little bit offensively as well.
It did.
We talked about it at the pregame show. That's really what this team feeds off of. I don't know why they don't just come out and do that the whole game.
That all the time.
If they want to have a chance at not getting run off of this court here, I think they have to come out in the second half and just press like their life depends on it and let that set up their offense. Because really, that's been the only thing that they've had going for them. They haven't had an answer for Wagner inside, and they haven't had an answer for Beltran on the outside for Artesia. So press them. Don't give Beltran a shot on the outside. Don't give Wagner a chance in the low post. And get the ball back.
And then you might
Make
be able.
Else beat you.
That's right, exactly. And then you might be able to, try to even the score just a little bit. And then Lovington has to work on making their shots drop and making the shots that they're taking.
Yeah, because you got to remember, we're only 2 points away from running clock at this point going to the start of the third quarter.
35 points, a 35-point difference will turn the clock to a running clock, and it will stop only for timeouts and for fouls.
Timeouts, changes of quarters, and 2-shot fouls.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't watching.
I'm glad I saw it coming in.
Yeah,
Tatum was on his way over, and
okay.
I really wouldn't want to.
I caught one. I'm 1 for 2. I'm 1 for 2 tonight.
I think I jammed my finger. There's a reason I got cut before junior high tryouts. So,
well, thank you for batting that ball away from us.
We got it in, so no
That's
harm,
the only
no
danger.
foul.
I love this perspective. Now, some people like to be up in the rafters, calling games.
I prefer to be about 10 feet higher up, but not in the rafters.
I like the either floor or, about a little bit up off the floor. About 10 feet. A couple of rolls. A rose, that is. But I really like, if it's a difference of being up up in the rafters or down on the floor, I'll take court side anytime. And we are really on the same level as the court. We are on right here in the center at midcourt.
As you can probably see from the video.
Exactly. For those who are watching, that's exactly right. You can see exactly where. But although sometimes you'll have cameras set up at a different location than the people who are actually doing the play-by-play or the broadcasting. But in this case, we're here.
With us, it's always where we're at. So.
We're right here, and TJ is running the camera. We'll switch, and I'll do color and run camera when the boys start. The boys did use the halftime of the girls' game to get on the floor. Both teams taking warm-up, and their game will follow this one. So the tip-off time is scheduled at 7 o'clock, but it will depend on when this one finishes, and we'll just have to see. This has been a very quick game so far. That first quarter,
we're at 6:10 right now.
That first quarter really flew. The second quarter slowed down just a little bit. There was some fouling, and there were more turnovers and more, just a little more time taken. So it didn't fly by quite as fast. But we're ready to get this second half started. 49-16 is your score at halftime. Artesia leading, and Artesia will inbound Coda Beltran right in front of the scorer's table.
It'll be Bulldog possession to begin the third quarter.
And inbounds. Gets it over to Velo. Velo gets it to Kimber Beltran, and working hard on her, Malaya Castro, and she forced a turnover and gives it to Buendia. Buendia pulls up on the right side from outside the arc and puts up a three. Swish.
2 points.
2 points.
Put on the line.
Yeah,
Darn.
just right on the line. Got me excited there. But 49-19 now, and it is Audrey Velo with the ball.
Well, they did change it to the three.
She gives it to Coda Beltran in that left corner, and she buries the tray. But yes, that was. So I'm glad my eyes were good on that one. That,
one ref was saying 2 and the other was saying 3.
So. Buendia, one of them. I'm glad the overruled. The tray overruled the 2. Now they've sent it back. All right, back and forth. So I'm just going to scribble and finish and write a 2. And pout about that for just a little bit.
That's all right. I'm pouting too. I was excited because I thought it was a 3-2.
52-18 is your score. We're just underway in the third quarter, and a timeout being taken right now. Artesia comes out of the huddle first. Wade Scott called that timeout, and Lovington will come back out. On the floor, you've got Malaya Castro, Buendia, who will inbound right in front of our not the scorer's table, but our media table here. She gets it to Malaya, back to Buendia, now passes to Salcido in the lane on the right side, and taking that away is Wagner, who steals that. So a turnover for Lovington. Artesia's got the ball. They bring it down the timeline right side. Beltran to Velo. Velo passes to Wagner. Wagner gets it to Harrison right in front, right under the basket. And Harrison, it's taken away. It was blocked away, and Buendia's got it. Buendia brings it down and goes in the lane. Can't find it. Puts it up, but Erlene Salcido gets the rebound. She tries to put back, won't fall. And the rebound now. Malaya Castro tries a three-point shot from the left corner, won't fall. Artesia with the rebound. They take it all the way down the court, pass it over to Harrison. Harrison, for the second shot in a row, can't get it to fall. And it goes off, and Lovington's got it. It is Buendia who brings it down and loses the handle on the ball against defensive pressure. Saves it, gets it, passes it around just a little bit, and Malaya Castro trying to get it to Myra. A bad bounce pass and a turnover for Lovington. Artesia takes it all the way down, and for the third time in a row, Harrison tries to put up a shot, and it's blocked, and Lovington's got it. A long pass down the court to Castro, and then passes it back to Buendia, who drives the lane, takes up a shot, puts it up, won't fall, but she does draw the foul, and they're going to call that on Lauren Wagner, and that's going to be her second foul, and it will put Buendia at the line. It's her second trip to the line. She's 2 of 2. And this one bricks the front of the iron. A miss for her, but she'll get another shot at it. Some subs coming in for Artesia as Harrison and Kimber Beltran come out. Hammer goes in. And the second shot is up, no good as well. So 2 misses for Buendia. Wagner with a rebound. They bring it down. Velo's got it, but intense pressure by Buendia.
And
It's knocked away, but they're going to get it's going to get a foul.
Buendia on Buendia.
Yeah, on Buendia. And that's going to be her second. And give the ball over to Artesia. Both teams, the pace is picked up right here. I like it that Lovington did what we thought they should do, is come out with aggression and pace. Artesia inbounds. They pass underneath the basket, and it doesn't go. Grabbing the rebound is Wagner, and she gets fouled, and they're going to call the hack foul on number 30, Erlene Salcido. That's her first foul, though. It will put Wagner at the line. And your score 52-18. You've got running clock, of course. Artesia in the lead. First one up is up and no good.
Not running clock yet.
Off the
Still
rim.
a point away.
All right. Yep, my math is bad. One more point. It's 34-point difference right now. And that first one was a miss by Wagner. She'll get another chance at this. 52-18 your score. Second one is up, and that one goes in and out. For a miss, a fight for the rebound, and then a whistle sounds, but it is going to be Lovington basketball. Goes out of bound off of Artesia. That's going to be Myra Castro inbounding to Malaya, back to Myra, and then swatted away, but Myra keeps the ball, gets it, passes over to Chloe Corral. She's getting worked on hard by Bustamante over there in the left corner. The ball goes out of bounds, but it is going to be Lovington basketball as Bustamante touched it last. Wagner comes off for Artesia, and coming in is going to be Kimber Beltran. Lovington inbounds. They get it to Malaya Castro. Malaya drives in right side, puts up a little floater, won't fall. Fight for the rebound. They're going to call tie ball, I believe. Yep, tie ball. It's going to be Castro, and it was Harrison fighting for it. So it's possession arrow goes to Lovington. So it's going to be Myra Castro inbounding from underneath the Lovington basket. She gets it to Olivas in the right corner. Olivas passes to Malaya Castro. Castro works it around right side, outside the arc, to Dominguez. Dominguez drives in at center of the lane. Oh, tries to put up a layup, won't fall, and it's going to be Kimber Beltran with the rebound. She takes it across the timeline, pulls out. Lovington getting into place. No real defensive pressure by them. They pass it over to Coda Beltran in the left corner, and she goes up to put up a shot, but she's going to get fouled. And they're going to call that, I think, on 30. Nope, it's going to be Kira Olivas. And that was not, it was just a 3, not a 30. So first foul on her, and Coda Beltran goes to the line. Her first trip at the line tonight. Oh, and it finally falls. It bounces twice and then falls through the hoop. So she's got 28 points in this game, 24 points of them in that first half. First one falls, second one also swishes and makes it 54-18 now. Lovington with the ball. Ashlyn Barunda brings it across the timeline left side. Passes it over to Olivas in the right corner. She puts up a shot, a nice one, and goes in. It's just a 2-pointer. But Olivas with another 2 points. She's got 4 in the game now. Now Artesia's going to slow things down a little bit. Kimber Beltran brings it across the timeline. Now she hustles, getting worked on hard by Chloe Corral. Good hustle by Ashlyn Barunda, who steals the ball, takes it down. She's going to put it up from the left side. It gets blocked out and goes out of bounds.
Yeah,
no foul.
I think Hammer got a hand on that as they were trying to get Corral coming over to the near side.
There is no foul, but she just pushes the ball out of bounds, so it'll stay Lovington girls basketball. As 20 Bustamante and Harrison come off for Artesia. Lovington inbounds. They get the ball to Ashlyn Barunda, and that's Ashlyn Barunda who puts 2 points in for Lovington. It is 54-22. Artesia with the ball. That's Velo near midcourt, passing around the outside of the arc. Velo getting worked on by good defense by Chloe Corral. Passes in the lane to number 21, who then gives it to Wagner. And her first one won't go in, but she gets a rebound and the putback and makes it 56-22. 2 more points for Wagner. Ashlyn Barunda with the ball. Passes over to Dominguez. Dominguez to Myra Castro, and then coming out and pushing it away is number 11, Velo. So another turnover for Lovington. Velo gives it to number 21, Coda Beltran, and she hits another 3.
This is just
from
amazing.
downtown.
That's her 8th tray of the ball game.
59-22 as Lovington with the ball again, passing over on the left side to Chloe Corral. Corral gives it to Barunda. Barunda puts up a shot, won't fall. Fight for the rebound. It's no whistle. Then they're going to call the foul on Celeste Dominguez. I thought they were going to call a tie ball with Wagner.
Yeah, we're going to call a jump.
And because Wagner and Dominguez both had possession of that ball and were jerking it back and forth. So that is going to be on Dominguez. That's the second one on Dominguez. Wagner will inbound from underneath the Lovington basket.
And you can hear the Lovington faithful hollering, should have been a jump ball.
Velo has the ball on the pass from Wagner. Gets bumped into by Corral. They pass to Wagner in the low post, and she can't hang on to it. Almost goes out of bounds. They fight for the ball. She ends up with it underneath the basket. Going to put it up, and now she draws another foul. They're going to see who they call on that. Number 5, Celeste Dominguez. That's her third. And she has picked up those 2 pretty quickly in a row right here in this third quarter. 2:34 left to play in this third quarter, by the way. 59-22. Wagner is having her woes at the line tonight.
Yeah, just 1 of 5 from the free throw line.
That's really the only weakness in her game tonight. She's got plenty of points and rebounds and steals.
Yeah, that last rebound was number 15 for her.
And she makes this one, though. Makes it 60-22. Lovington with the ball. Buendia brings it up. Pulls up outside the arc, right side. Gets it to Olivas. Olivas drives in, top of the key. Puts up a shot, won't fall. Gets her own rebound. And before she can put it back is stolen away by Wagner. And then passed to Harrison down the court. Harrison is their fast break queen. And this time she makes the layup. 2 more points for her. 62-22. 40-point lead by Artesia. Buendia's got it left side, passes it off to Corral. Corral puts up a 3-pointer from the left corner, but it's an air ball, goes out of bounds.
But last touch
by Velo, who was trying to save it and get it back in bounds. So Olivas will have it to inbound, and she almost throws it away, but Buendia comes back, saves it. Now pulls up for a 3-pointer on the right side. And it does not fall. There's a fight for the rebound. It just simply goes out of bounds.
Yeah, good hustle there by Barunda. She came through the middle and got a hand on it, but could not control it.
So Artesia will take a timeout with 1:27 left in this third quarter. It's 62-22. Artesia with a 40-point lead in this one, and we will just keep it here and remind you, of course, we are in running clock now, certainly. And we want to say thank you to our sponsors, Norlee, First American Bank, Bob's Thriftway, Lovington Auto Supply, Lee County Electric, Nowell Pharmacy, Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, and Stone Oilfield Services. Give a little plug since I mentioned Norlee. The CEO of Norlee, David Shaw, is our guest on Media Meeting. I just spoke with him this afternoon. So that's a fresh interview full of really good information, giving us an update on COVID and our numbers and our situation in Lee County right now. So listen for that Media Meeting on our Noel-Mark family of stations on Sunday morning. We are here at the almost the end of this 60-second timeout. This one taken by Artesia by Coach Hodling. Artesia, of course, just dominating from the very beginning in this game. 62-22 right now. The ball will be Artesia's. It'll be Wagner inbounding from underneath the Lovington basket. And she passes it, gets it up to number 11, Velo. Velo drifts back midcourt, getting worked on by Buendia. Passes over to Kimber Beltran, and then back to Velo. Velo back to Beltran. Back to Velo. Oh, and almost a steal as Buendia almost had it. But Velo corralled it, got it back, and gives it to Coda Beltran left side, and another 3-pointer. Coda Beltran buries it. Amazing performance by Beltran in this game.
9 trays in the ball game.
That's crazy. Lovington with the ball, brings it down right side. Olivas has got it, tries to pass it in the lane to Bell. It won't go, and that is another turnover by Lovington. They pass it and give it to their fast break queen, Harrison, who tries to put up a shot. It won't fall, but it's Audrey Alexander bringing the ball down, and then a quick turnover as Harrison's got it back, and now she goes in, and this one is a layup. So she's got 2 more points, 10 points in the game, and Lovington with another couple of turnovers there. Buendia brings it down right side. Getting worked on by Velo, drives in, into the lane, and she travels. Yeah, she was running out of room, and everybody had their feet set. I mean, Wagner was there, and she simply just took too many steps. So another turnover by Lovington. And at the buzzer, Velo had the ball, but no time for another basket. The Lady Bulldogs don't need it. It's 67-22 at the end of the third quarter, and we'll be back with the final quarter and the wrap-up on this one from Bulldog Pit in Artesia. It's Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And we're back. With the fourth quarter, Artesia will inbound the ball right in front of the media table here at midcourt. That is Beltran to Velo. Velo gets it to the other Beltran. Beltran to Beltran in the corner. They pass it over to Wagner, to Harrison, back to Wagner in the low post, and she puts up the layup. So 2 more points for Wagner in this game. Makes it 69-22. Malaya Castro with the ball for Lovington, brings it over right side. Passes over to Buendia. Buendia drives the lane, pulls out, gets it over to Malaya Castro, and she puts up a three-pointer. Let's see if she was on the line or not. And she does make it. They gave her the three. So Malaya Castro with a tray makes it 69-25. Artesia with the ball going down the other way. And on the right side, Velo and Beltran playing catch. Then they toss it in the low post to who else but Wagner, and she puts up the layup, makes it 71-25. 7 minutes left to play in this game. Lovington with the ball. From Malaya over to Dominguez, back to Malaya, now to Myra Castro in the left corner. She drives in and puts up a shot. It breaks off the front of the iron. There was a girl, an Artesia girl down. I think she just slipped. The Artesia faithful wanted a foul called on Castro, and I don't know. To me, it looked like she was already on the way down. She kind of slipped, and Castro ran into her. So we'll see, but no foul called, and she's going to go off the court. That's number 23, Kimber Beltran. So we'll hope that she walks that out. Artesia will have the ball. 6:52 left to play, running clock in this, 71-25, Artesia leading. They bring the ball down left side, give it to Coda Beltran. Beltran to Velo. Velo over to the right side, Bustamante, back to Velo. Velo to the left side. Beltran thinks about the three, drives in, and takes a shot, won't fall, fight for the rebound, and Castro's got it, Myra. So another rebound for her. And she gives it to Malaya. Malaya back to Myra. Myra pulls up midcourt, looking for somebody, and underneath the basket, she passes to Celeste Dominguez. Dominguez goes up to take a shot, but it's blocked and sent out of bounds, and there is no foul. It simply goes out of bounds, last touch by Artesia. So...
yeah, Coda Beltran came through and got all ball. So now Jalen Aranda will check into the ball game. Also coming in for Lovington will be Mia Contreras.
As Ashlyn Barunda goes off and Celeste Dominguez goes out. So Myra will look for somebody, gets it to Salcido underneath the basket, puts up a shot, fight for the rebound. Artesia comes up with it. That's Coda Beltran with a rebound. She brings it down left side, gets it to Velo. Velo over to the right. Oh, and a bad pass. Goes over the head, picked up by Malaya Castro. Good hustle, as Malaya's just going to take it coast to coast and put in the layup. So she's got 5 points in this second half to go with 4 points from the first. Makes it 71-27. Artesia with the ball. Velo across the timeline. Left side. Passes it off to the right. Now in the lane to Harrison. Harrison kicks it over to Coda Beltran on the left side. She puts up a floater, won't fall. Harrison with the rebound, and Harrison is fouled. Harrison going, that ball just bricked off the side of of the rim, but she got fouled, and they are going to call that on number 23, Myra Castro. Myra, that's her fourth one, third one. And Harrison with her first shot is good. Makes it 72-27. Artesia leading this one, 5:10 left in the game. This is the first of two games. The Lovington boys will play after this one. And the shot is up, no good. Fight for the rebound. And it's Wagner who controls it. Wagner gets it out to Velo.
Hammer,
sorry about that. Now Hammer to Velo. Velo back to Harrison. Puts up the left-handed layup. 2 more points for her. She's got 13 in the game now, 74-27. It's Malaya Castro bringing the ball down. She passes to Mia Contreras in the game for the first time, and it's taken away, so another turnover by Lovington. And a long pass down the court to Hammer. Hammer puts it up, won't fall. Fight for the ball. It's loose on the court. Ends up on the floor, and I think they're going to call jump ball. 32 for both teams fighting over it. And the possession arrow.
Be Lovington's.
It is going to be Lovington's ball with some subs coming back in. Wagner comes back in, and Castillo comes in for Artesia. Celeste Mingus comes in. Myra Castro and Contreras go off. And Jaylyn Aranda comes into the game for Lovington. In fact, she gets to inbound the ball. She will hand it off to Malaya Castro. No defensive pressure by Artesia. Malaya brings it up right side. Gets it back to Aranda. Aranda passes to Chloe Corral on the left side. She pulls up, takes a shot from the top of the key. It won't fall. Fight for the rebound. And that's Harrison with the rebound. She gives it over to Velo. Velo to Coda Beltran. She stops and tries to pop the net from the left side. Won't fall. The ball rolls out almost to midcourt, but it's saved as Velo's got it for Artesia. Velo over to Coda Beltran. Back to Velo. Velo now on the right side to King. Lakin King in the ball. Back to Velo. She drives in, top of the arc. Puts up a ball. She sends it up. Number 22 passes over to Wagner. Wagner tries to put up a shot, and it does not fall, and she gets fouled. So we've seen this happen about four or five times now as Wagner's been to the line several times. She's only made 2 of her shots from the line, and she misses this one. She's got plenty of points and rebounds in the game, though, otherwise. 74-27 is your score. Wagner at the line with another shot up. And this one is going to be no good as well. And I think they've got one more. I think there was a lane violation. No, it was.
It's a 2-shot foul.
No, 2-shot foul. All right. And this one is up and good. She buries that one. 75-27, 2:43 left to play in this game. Ashlyn Barunda with the ball. Brings it down left side, gets it to Chloe Corral. Bounce pass is bad, and another turnover by Lovington. It goes in the hands of Coda Beltran. Beltran gets it to Velo. Velo pulls up and puts up a shot from the left side, and it makes it 77. So Velo with 2 more points in the game. Now it's Buendia for Lovington. Brings it down right side. Runs out of dribble. Gives it to Jaylyn Aranda. Back to Buendia. Buendia moves in. Now passes it back out. Chloe Corral now drives the lane right side. Puts up a shot. It will not fall. She's going to draw the foul. There really was no chance that ball was going to go in, but I think she knew she was probably, if she put up the shot, she would have a chance at drawing the foul, and she did. And they were going to call that on Wagner, number 45. So that is the 3rd foul on Wagner. And this is the first, this is Chloe Corral, her first trip to the line. Her first one is up, no good. 77-27, a 50-point lead by the Lady Bulldogs here over Lovington. 2 minutes left to play in the game. And Chloe Corral, second shot up, no good. 2 misses for her, but Corral gets her own rebound. She ends up with the ball, gives it to Buendia. Back to Corral, back to Buendia. Buendia pulling up, top of the arc, drives to the right. Now puts up a little right-handed layup and draws the foul. So, yeah, She draws the foul. Are they going to call that on Wagner again?
Yeah, I think
yep,
so.
They are. So 2 quick fouls on Wagner. It's her 4th. Game almost over. Minute 38 left to play now. Sends Buendia to the line. Buendia, fresh off of 2 misses, is going to make this one as it bounced on the front of the rim and then ends up going in. She'll get another shot at it. Katie Bell comes in. Celeste Dominguez goes out.
And that gets it under 50 points, so they do have to stop the clock.
77-28, and the second one up no good, as that one's going to be a miss, and the ball goes out of bounds. It's tipped, though. Tipped, and will stay Lovington girls basketball. Jelena Randa will inbound, bounces it over to Chloe Corral. Corral drives in right side, gets it to Alexander, tries to put up a shot. It's very short. The ball's loose on the court, fight for it. They're going to call jump ball, or yes, they are. They're going to call jump ball as Wagner was down on the floor and Buendia fighting for it. This time, though, it goes to Artesia, and it'll be Wagner inbounding. And she gets it to Coda Beltran, getting worked on by Buendia, crosses the line, left side. Passes it off to Lakin King, back to Beltran, over to Harrison. Oh, and popped away and forcing a turnover is Buendia. She has a nice steal and a layup. I think she just got mad. So nice, a good steal and a basket. 77-30 now is your score, and there is a whistle.
Yeah, we're going to have a timeout for a shoe untap.
Oh, okay.
And they will stop the clock for that.
Right. Any kind of equipment a failure, and a shoe is actually equipment. So they will try this again. Inbounding is Wagner. She gets it to Beltran, back to Wagner, brings it down the ball, right side, passes off over to the left side and goes over the head. Kind of a bad pass to Claudia Castillo in the game for Artesia. Goes out of bounds, and it's going to be, it's going to remain Artesia basketball, though. Lakin King inbounds to Wagner. And a bad pass, and the game is over as the buzzer sounds. Final score is 77-30. Artesia beating Lovington, and we will be back with your wrap-up and the start of the boys' game directly in just a couple of minutes. Lovington girls basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Again, your final score 77-30, and we'll be back for more at Artesia's Bulldog Pit. And we're back to the Bulldog Pit as Artesia has beaten the Lovington girls. Final score 77-30. We're going to run down the scoring for you. Your leading scorer is Coda Beltran with 35 points. 9 of them were Trey's, and she had 7 rebounds to go along with that for Artesia. Second leading scorer was Lauren Wagner with 19 points, 16 rebounds, so definitely a double-double for her. And the rest of the scoring for Artesia, Audrey Vella with 7 points, 4 rebounds. Letitia Hammer with 2 rebounds. Bustamante with 2 rebounds. You had Claudia Castillo with the rebounds. Kimber Beltran with 3 points, 5 rebounds. Hattie Harrison with 13 points, 5 rebounds, and a steal. And a total of 42 rebounds for Artesia in that game, 17 turnovers. For Lovington, your leading scorer, Malaya Castro, with 9 points, 2 rebounds to go with that. Second in scoring was Elizabeth Buendia with 7 points, 3 rebounds. Myra Castro had 6 points and 3 rebounds. Kira Olivas had 4 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal. The rest of your score sheet, Celeste Dominguez with 2 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal. Chloe Corral with a rebound. You had Erlene Salcido with 2 rebounds, 2 steals. Katie Bell with a rebound, and Ashlyn Barunda with 2 points, a rebound, and a steal. Lovington had 20 total rebounds in the game, 11 in the first half and 9 in the second, and they turned over the ball 20 times. So Artesia really in control of this one from the very first of this game, and Lovington had better quarters than others to end up on the losing side, 77-30.
Yeah, 25-3 first quarter. It was really spelled doom from there on out, but Lovington never quit fighting. Now they just got to regroup and get ready to go Tuesday at home against Goddard.
That's right, and we'll be there, of course, with the game. Girls at 5:30, the boys at 7 o'clock, as this first game in district play is in the books. A loss for Lovington, but a learning opportunity, and we'll see what they do on Tuesday night. Next up, of course, the boys will take center court with Lovington versus Artesia here at the Bulldog Pit, and we'll have that game coming up in just a few minutes. And that game will be broadcast on 94.1 FM KZOR, but you're also going to be able to watch that and listen on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the Lovington boys, Artesia boys game here at the Bulldog Pit.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Artesia. Lovington Wildcat Basketball is here on Z94 KZOR, the Z94 KZOR app, the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, and the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Wildcat Basketball is proudly presented by Stone Oilfield Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lovington Schools, and Now Pharmacy. Wildcat Basketball also brought to you by the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, and Norley Hospital. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle Maganato in studio engineering and producing as we get ready for this district opener for the Wildcats. The Lovington girls, of course, starting off the action here tonight and falling to Artesia 77-30. But now it is time for the Cats, 13-5 on the year, to really show what they can do in this district, because now the games are all uber important, Dawn Morgan.
Yes, they all count. I mean, they always count. But this is all important because the district record is, is what determines mostly the who is going to make the playoffs and go forward. So
yeah, and judging by the records of the district thus far, I think two teams will make it out of this district. But I wouldn't want to be that team that is on the bubble. Now, over the last 2 years, since Coach Casey Pack took over as the boys' coach, we have had some thrilling games between these two squads. Unfortunately, 4 of the 5 of them have gone Artesia's way. Last year, a couple of bad late penalties cost Lovington those games and really cost them their chance at the playoffs. But in the district tournament 2 years ago, came in here and won one of those thrilling games. I can't remember the last time Lovington, I think it had been like almost 10 years since they had won at the Bulldog Pit when they won a couple of years ago. So Coach Casey Pack and these kids, these young men, they know how to get it done here at this building in this arena. They are not in any way, shape, form, or fashion intimidated by the Bulldog Pit.
No, and it's a slightly different atmosphere tonight anyway. It is a little more full for the boys' game than it was for the girls, but we understand that attendance is limited. There were only a certain amount of tickets that were allowed per player, and then a certain amount of staff and people here in the facility. So there is a bit more of a crowd here, but it is by far not a full pit and not the raucous atmosphere that we often see when most of these seats are filled.
Yeah, I believe they gave Lovington's players two per player, and then they limited the others to 700 is what I heard at the ticket booth when I was up at the restroom a couple of minutes ago. They have a 700-person limit. So.
And even with that many people, it's spread out in this gym. It looks like a smattering of people. Whereas, if you added up all the numbers, it's hundreds. But it just doesn't seem like it. You can, of course, hear the Artesia Pep Band. They played for the girls' game before this one, and they are in action as well. I noticed the cheer squad did not travel, or for Lovington at least. The cheerleaders for Artesia, of course, are here. So there is a bit of noise, and you've got more of a crowd for this game, which will get underway here in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, it certainly will, and looking forward to it as Lovington comes in at 13-5 on the year. They are number 10 in 4A to get this district season underway. They are coming off of a huge win down in Chaparral on Tuesday night. Of course, we were unable to make that trip, but 94 to, I can't remember, 60-something, so a big win for the Wildcats down in Chaparral before they get to this game here tonight. Artesia comes in a very un-Artesia-like 10-9 on the season under longtime head coach Michael Mondragon. And again, should be a fantastic game, but both of these teams going to be looking to take control of the district season here early. I think the team that wins this one tonight is going to be in position, and probably in the best position, to claim the district crown in 3 weeks.
Yeah, and it really is only the district winner can really breathe easy and know that they're moving on to the playoffs. Beyond that, as you said, probably another team from this district, but it's really going to, you really want to be the winner so that there's no question, so that your fate is not in any way in the hands of others,
right,
to decide whether you move on or not. So it really is going to be up to each team to try to win the district and to try to have the best district record, and it all starts tonight with this game.
Certainly does, and both of these teams have played brutal pre-district schedules. Artesia maybe not quite as brutal. They've played an awful lot of games here at the Bulldog Pit. As a matter of fact, they have a tournament here, which they will probably never invite Lovington to. But because they don't want them to get too comfortable in the house here of Orange as we get ready. As the team's coming out onto the floor, we probably will have the national anthem here in just a couple of minutes, and so we'll go ahead and take that timeout. Yeah, for the anthem and the introduction, we will take a 2.5-minute timeout, come back with the starting lineups and the tip-off. This is Wildcat Basketball on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. And welcome back, Lovington Wildcat Basketball here on Z94 KZOR. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Dawn Morgan. Thank you for being with us for the district opener on this Friday night here at the Bulldog Pit as the Lovington Wildcats being introduced out onto the floor. Starters tonight for your Wildcats will be number 3, Adam Aguilera, number 4, Tayton Hilliard, number 5, Isaac Henson, number 20, Julian Arroyo, and number 23, Zadrick Betancourt. For the Artesia Bulldogs, their starters tonight will be number 3, Nick Sanchez, number 4, Cameron Thorpe, number 24, Jake Barrera, number 42, Riley Jarrett, and number 44, Zapith Zamaran as they take down the lights here in Artesia. I think I didn't know that the Staples Center in L.A. had moved to New Mexico. Actually, more like the Forum, I would guess, as they, introduce the Bulldogs. The Cats will be wearing the road blues with white letters and numbers. Artesia in the home whites with the orange letters and numbers. As Coach Pack just tells his guys, sit down and take a nap while we go through this.
Yeah, because
it will take a while.
In the background, you just hear the music playing. The reason why there's no introduction of players yet for Artesia is they have produced a video sort of highlight reel that's produced that they're running on their Jumbotron, which is it hangs down in the center of the arena here, of the pit. So they did the same thing for the girls before the girls' game, and now it's the boys' turn.
The sizzle reel, as they call
sizzle
them.
reel, yeah, exactly. So when it's over, then they'll introduce the players out on the court. So we think that maybe in the next 15, 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, maybe at some point. some point this week, hopefully we will get
this game going. Yeah,
we will. Artesia has been off for a week. The last time they played was right here in Artesia, but they took on Hobbs, and Hobbs taking it to them pretty good, 79-63. So Artesia on a loss coming in to this one tonight. Of course, Lovington getting the big win against Chaparral, 92-48 in that one. Of course, leading scorer for your Lovington Wildcats is Tayton Hilliard with 248 points through the first 18 games of the season. Emma Aguilera at 164 is number 2. Three-pointers, Joey Villalobos with 24. Tayton Hilliard with 22. Adam Aguilera with 22 as well. And I'm a little surprised that Isaac Henson isn't higher on that list. He's been lighting it up as of late. Zadrick Betancourt, the leading rebounder for this Wildcat squad, with 108. So going to be important, I think, tonight, Dawn, for the Wildcats to get out and run early. Artesia they're going to be Artesia, a lot of new names that we're not as familiar with over the years. But the Wildcats, I think if they can get out and run, they'll have a chance. They are, as always, going to have to deal with the inside size of this Artesia team with Jarrett and Zamaron. So going to be very important to get the outside going and to open things up for Tayton Hilliard and for Zadrick Betancourt and Adam Aguilera to get looks driving to the basket.
Yeah, and I expect a very fast-paced game for the most part here. I think Artesia tends to be a little more physical of a team, and we are going to await the tip-off of this one as Of
course, Tayton Hilliard will take the jump for the Lovington Wildcats. You got Aguilera, Hilliard, Henson, Arroyo, and Betancourt on the floor for the Cats. Sanchez, Thorpe, Barrera, Jarrett, and Zamaron for Artesia. And it'll be Jarrett to take the jump against Tayton Hilliard. And we are ready to go. District opener here tonight in Artesia on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington, the Z94 KZOR app, and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. So Jarrett and Hilliard take the jump, and the opening tip is controlled by Lovington as Henson will get it and leave it off for Aguilera in the backcourt. Adam brings it up across the timeline over to Tayton in the far right corner. Tayton, a little jab step, goes in. Just in front of the free throw line is bumped, no call, puts up the shot, no good, and the rebound going to be made by Sanchez. Sanchez, a little high step as he goes into the front court, pulls up, throws it away underneath and behind the basket, and that'll be turnover number 1 for Artesia. So I think early, just a little bit of the two teams kind of feeling each other out right now.
Sure.
As Aguilera directs the offense, brings it into the front court, gets a little screen from Betancourt, drops back, swings it near side. They work it around to Arroyo to the wing, then to Hilliard at the free throw line. Takes it, Henson, right corner, 3 on the way, bang! Isaac Henson starts the scoring for the Cats, and they go up early 3-0. Sanchez to the front court for the Dogs. He crosses through the legs. Arroyo on him pretty tight. Goes to the right corner, hands it off, gets the ball knocked away, but recovered by Barrera. Now over trying to get it inside of the big boy, and they will, and Jarrett will bank it off the glass. It is good. Lovington still up 3-2 a minute into this one. Aguilera to the front court for the Wildcats. Works it to the right side, gets it over to Hilliard in front of the Artesia bench. Little crossover move, tosses it over as Aguilera and Henson, a little bit of confusion over who was supposed to go over there, and they'll bump, and the ball goes out of bounds. First turnover for the Wildcats. 3-2, Lovington in the lead here early, 6:40 remaining here in the first quarter. As it'll be Sanchez off the inbound. Arroyo picks him up, a little backcourt pressure. Finally will cross the timeline at about the 7 count to Thorpe in front of the Lovington bench, top of the arc to Jarrett. Now near side to Sanchez, works it to the right base, splits through 2 Cats and will put it up and in. Sanchez, his first points of the ball game, and Artesia up 4-3. To Henson, and now to Arroyo. Cycles it around right to left, leaves it off in front of the bench for Adam Aguilera. He's just going to back it up. They're giving him plenty of room over there with Barrera. Now hand it off to Tayton, middle court, center court. Leave it off. Arroyo drives into the lane from the high post, puts up a shot, no good. Gets his own rebound, and the putback is up and in. So Arroyo, his first bucket of the ball game, makes it 5-4. Lovington back up. Sanchez to the front court, leaves it off. Thorpe, top of the arc, 3 on the way, and that one will rattle home. Left Cameron Thorpe wide open, and he made Lovington pay. Now 7-5. A back-and-forth affair here early. You mentioned you thought it was going to be fast-paced. I think you're right, Dawn. As Aguilera will drive in, he'll put up a shot, no good, and they'll get Adam for the charge. So it'll be a turnover, and it'll be Adams' first team foul on Lovington. I don't know how Adam draws so many charges. Jarrett looked like he was shuffling the feet from where we sit, but not on top of it like the men and women in stripes. So the inbound to Sanchez on the far court. We'll bring it up under a little pressure from Arroyo. Now to the free throw line. Looking for some help is Wesson. He'll keep it himself, and he gets his pocket picked. Back down the other way comes Tayton Hilliard. Tayton goes coast to coast, and he gets blocked from behind by Wesson, and it'll go out of bounds. It'll stay Lovington basketball. Wesson, who got his pocket picked, turned the Jets on and got back to make a good defensive play. Credit where credit is due. On the high inbound, Hilliard to the right elbow, and the 15-footer on the way, not going to fall, and the rebound underneath by Jarrett. Jarrett will hand it off to Sanchez, who brings it up near side. Takes it into the low post, then to the high post. Gets blocked away by Henson and into the hands of Julian Arroyo. Arroyo to Hilliard. Tayton goes right base, comes up and is going to be blocked, and he'll be fouled. They're going to whistle that one on Thorpe. That'll be his first team foul, and that will put Hilliard at the line to shoot two.
Still 7-5 your score here as the Bulldogs are up in this one by 2 points so far.
So Tayton Hilliard will go to the line. Tayton is, they're going to say that was on the floor. Wow, okay. Tayton should have gone to the line, in my opinion. So Aguilera will inbound it. Tayton will get it back out between the rings to Arroyo near side. Get it over to Isaac in the left corner. Now back out to Julian. Arroyo hands it off to Aguilera. Wesson comes out, gives him a little guard, gets a screen. Now Adam will drive in, tosses it over. Betancourt will pop it out to Henson. 3 on the way, and that one is off the mark, and Wesson with the rebound, and Artesia will trigger it back the other way. Wesson a little jump pass to Thorpe, trying to throw it inside, and it will be picked off. Getting in the way is Henson. He waits on reinforcements to Arroyo, and Julian took the little slide step, and they're going to get him for the turnover. Each team with 3 turnovers, 4:20 to go here in the first period. 7-5, Artesia in the lead.
And it is fast moving. We knew it would be a fast-paced game, and so far it is definitely that.
Peyton Deans will check in for Artesia. Deans, Sanchez, Thorpe, Wesson, and Jarrett on the floor for Artesia. Still the starting 5 for Lovington. As Arroyo will pick up Sanchez, comes near side to Wesson. Wesson picks up the dribble. On him tight was Aguilera. Now out near center court with Jarrett. He gets his pocket picked, and down comes Tayton. Tayton goes to run and gun and lays it off the right glass and in. Tayton Hilliard ties this game at 7 apiece. 3:54 remaining. And a bad pass. Wesson will handle it. Aguilera almost gets a hand on it. And they gave that point on the board to the Bulldogs. Sorry, that's wrong. As Wesson will pull up from 15 on the right corner and puts it in. Diego Wesson now makes it 9-7 in favor of Artesia. Aguilera to the front court with Arroyo. Julian throws the fastball to Tayton on the left baseline. Tayton will cycle it out. Gets a little screen to Julian, now on the left wing. Puts up 3, gets bodied into and knocked down. No call, and the rebound is made by Wesson. Wesson to Sanchez, back the other way, throws it underneath to a wide open man. Puts up the shot, no good. Rebound was made by Wesson. His putback won't fall, and finally, Betancourt going to come away with it for Lovington. Back down come the Wildcats. Dangerous series there with Lovington in it. To Tayton to Isaac, and he'll go in and count the bucket and the foul. Isaac Henson with 5 points leads the way for the Cats, and he'll head to the line for the and one. And a chance to give the Cats the lead is Deans, his first personal. Second team foul on Artesia. Checking into the ball game will be Mason Enriquez for Lovington. As Henson to the line for the and one. 9-all our score, 3 minutes and 1 second remaining here in the first quarter. Henson's and one is up, and it is good. So now Lovington 10, Artesia 9. Not sure we expected anything other than kind of what we're getting right now, Dawn.
Yeah, and both teams shooting fairly well from the floor, but I tell you what, neither team can count on getting that ball, getting a second or third look at the basket tonight so far.
No, so far not. Sanchez to the front court, leaves it off into the deep left corner for Malone. He'll throw it underneath to Sanchez, who snuck through the back door. His shot is off the rim, and Betancourt comes down with the rebound for the Cats. Hand it off to Aguilera, weaves through traffic, loses the basketball, and they are going to say, traveled and turned it over. So that'll be the fourth turnover for Lovington, each team with 4 turnovers, and give it back to Artesia. So Sanchez will pick it up. Aguilera will pick him up as he crosses the timeline. Directing traffic with 2:28 to go. Pulls up, little underhand pass. Thorpe near side now to Wesson. Drives into the paint, throws it underneath, trying to get it to Zamaron, and he's going to get fouled. He'll head to the line for 2. Something Lovington's going to have to watch out for is the big boy underneath, as they're going to call the hack foul on Tayton. That'll be his first personal, second team foul. So it'll put Zapeth Zamaron at the line to shoot 2. 10-9 our score, Lovington in the lead. As now Zamaron at the line. His first trip to the stripe, Artesia's first trip to the line. Zamaron bends the knees, puts up the first, and it clanks off the left iron and down. No good, so the score still 10-9 in favor of Lovington. Zamaron, a 6'4 junior. At least that's what they have on the Jumbotron here. Second shot is up, and that one is going to be too hard. And the smallest kid on the court, Mason Enriquez, comes up with the rebound. Nice job by Mason. Mason to the top of the arc. Little stop and go, backs it up, slips, manages to hand it off. Now they'll get it over to Isaac. Isaac gets a little screen, gives it to Tayton. Hilliard to the left block. Now to Betancourt, left corner for 3. That one is off the mark. Henson with the rebound, gets it out.
Great
to
rebound.
Enriquez, and bang for Mason.
Nice rebound and assist for number 5 Henson.
Mason drains the tray off the assist from Henson. He's got 3 points, and Lovington up 13-9. 1:45 to go to the front court. Sanchez to the free throw line. Gets it stripped away and knocked down. Coming back are the Wildcats. Hilliard gets bumped. No call. They're just going to let him play as Tayton will go coast to coast, puts up a wild circus shot, and it'll go out of bounds. And last touch by Zamaron. It should stay Lovington basketball. And it will, as Adam Aguilera will inbound it. So you got Aguilera, Henson, Hilliard, Betancourt, and timeout going to be taken by Coach Casey Pack. 1:32 to go in the first. Lovington 13, Artesia 9. We're back in 30 on KZOR. Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat basketball here on Z94 KZOR, the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle, Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing. Out of the Wildcat timeout, it'll be Lovington basketball to Henson in the left wing. 3 on the way, and bang! Isaac Henson, his second tray, puts Lovington up as Artesia tries to break the pressure. To the big man underneath as Jarrett puts it up. It won't fall. The rebound will come in, though, to Thorpe, and he'll be fouled. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Couple of Cats in the neighborhood, and I think they're going to get Isaac Henson. Yep, it'll be on Isaac, his first personal third team foul. So that'll put Thorpe at the line for 2. Artesia collectively 0 of 2 from the stripe. Thorpe, though, I shouldn't have said anything, gets it to go. 16-10, Lovington up by 6, 1:19 remaining here in the first as Joey Villalobos will check in. Joey's got some hardware on the right wrist. Second shot is up, and Thorpe gets them both. He's got 5 points, leads the way for Artesia. 16-11, full court pressure is on now for Artesia. Wouldn't expect anything different with them trailing by 5. Near side to Enriquez. He gets it across the timeline at about the 8 count. Now to Tayton Hilliard as Hilliard will direct traffic from between the rings. Gets a little screen from Betancourt. Pulls up from about 18. Puts up a wild shot. No good. And the big boys underneath fight for the rebound. And Jarrett will wind up with it for Artesia. To Wesson. Looks, splits 2 Cats. Puts up a short arm. And into the hands of Betancourt on the rebound. Lovington back the other way. Up by 5. to Enriquez. Throws the fastball to Villalobos, back door and up and in.
Wow, nice assist again there as well.
They lost Villalobos, and Joey made them pay for it. Cut through traffic, 18-11. Lovington in the lead, 35 seconds to go here in the first. Wesson a little crossover, ball gets knocked away from Zapith, but he'll somehow manage it. The big wingspan knocks it over to Wesson. Wesson will back it up between the rings. Lovington up by 7, 22 seconds remaining. To the near side, and Barrera throws it high inbound, and there'll be a foul called. I'm not sure that one should have been on Lovington as Jarrett got the high inbound, but they're going to whistle one of the cats for that. It was wild, and he was going to the floor anyway, and they're going to say that's on Henson. That's bad news for Isaac. That's his second personal. So Isaac going to have to check out. Julian Arroyo will check in his place. But they are going to say that it was on the floor, so it will not be a shooting foul. Third, make that the fourth team foul on the Wildcats. And so the inbound will come in from Thorpe, as Thorpe will bounce it underneath to a wide open Zamaron, who banks it home. 18-13, Lovington still in the lead by 5. Arroyo to Hilliard, who brings it into the offensive zone for the Wildcats. To Arroyo, far side to the free throw line with Betancourt. Now in the little give and go, running under, and the little underhand scoop shot. The circus is in town, and Hilliard gets it to go with the buzzer. We've played one here at the Bulldog Pit. Lovington 20, Artesia 13. We're back in a minute on KZOR. Back here in Artesia, getting ready for the start of the second quarter with Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle, Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing. Lovington leading Artesia 20-13. It'll be Artesia basketball as we start this second quarter. Cats had a very good first quarter. 20 points, only 4 turnovers. They forced 5 turnovers as Sanchez will bring it into the front court, tosses to Jarrett, gets it underneath to a wide open Cameron Thorpe, and he'll score. He's got 7 points in the ballgame, leads it up for Artesia. Lovington still up, though, just underway second quarter. Hilliard works against Thorpe. That must be a slick spot right there. Had a couple of people fall right at that spot on top of the key. To Arroyo, who directs traffic and will back it over. Throws the fastball inside, knocked away from Hilliard, and that'll be a turnover for Lovington. And Arroyo trying to get it back, stretches out, goes Superman, and will draw the foul. That'll be his first personal, 5th team foul on Lovington. So it'll be Artesia basketball near side. Lovington up 20-15, Don. So Artesia basketball right in front of the media table here. Sanchez will get the inbound from Wesson. Pardon me, that's Barrera, and takes it into the front court. Little bounce pass across the court to Thorpe. Lovington doing a nice job keeping him out. Using up his dribble is Jarrett in the right wing. Big boy thought about shooting the 3. To Sanchez, a little spin move. Arroyo picks him up. He'll pull up from 17, right wing. Puts up the shot, no good, but the rebound and the putback is there for Zamaron. He's got 4 points. That's his first rebound. Artesia on a little run to start this second quarter. Lovington still up by 3. Mason Enriquez works against Barrera. Tosses to Tayton. Top of the arc. 3 on the way. Goes down. That is the second time we've had a guy hit and no call. Rebound was made by Artesia. And they'll bring it down as Sanchez drives in, puts up a shot. Ball loose on the court. And Sanchez will get the rebound, but he travels, so give it back to Lovington. 6 turnover for the Bulldogs.
And the Bulldogs have cut into the lead by the Wildcats, 20-17 now. 6:30 left to play in this second quarter.
Yeah, it was a 7-point lead when we started this quarter. And a foul going to get called on Sanchez as he bodies into Aguilera. That'll be his first personal. That'll be the 5th team foul on Artesia. Wow, just their 3rd team foul. I'm 1, 2, yeah, that's just 3. I was putting down a couple I think I was hopeful on. It should be 5, and we should have had 6 free throws out of those 5, but that's neither here nor there. So into the front court comes Aguilera off the inbound. A Betancourt in front of the Artesia bench. Now to Arroyo. Pulls the 3-point trigger, and that one is too hard off the back of the iron. And it'll be Jarrett with the rebound. No answer for the size and the low post. Working the boards for the Cats right now.
No offensive rebound there for Lovington.
Wesson to the front court. Works against Arroyo. To Thorpe. Thinks about the 3 and bounces it. And they left the lane open, and Jarrett cuts through and cuts it down to a 1-point Lovington lead. Lovington on a scoring drought right now. 5:52 to go. Here in the first half, down up by 1.
Shooting from the field has gone cold.
Betancourt to Henson. Henson drives left base, leaves it off for Aguilera. To Arroyo, right wing, and that one is going to be off the mark, and Wesson gets his 4th rebound. Wesson keeps it himself, pushes it forward to Thorpe on the far side, tries to get it inside and throws it away, trying to get Zamaron coming down the lane and going into the low post, throws it away. 7th turnover for Artesia. Lovington needs to capitalize.
They do. They've missed 3 in a row and not had offensive rebounds. So
20-19 is Betancourt. Takes it, and we'll have a foul called away from the basketball as the near side ref calls it, and they're going to call an elbow on Julian Arroyo. So that'll be Julian's 2nd personal, so the next one will put Artesia in the bonus. You know, we talked about it in the girls' game, and playing in this building is sometimes worth about 10 points for Artesia, and it's not only because the open ends. We'll just leave it at that. 20-19, Lovington in the lead. Hard to get a call in this town as Sanchez will get the inbound, brings it into the offensive zone. From the free throw line, tosses to Thorpe, left corner. He'll pull the 3-point trigger off the mark, and Enriquez will have his 2nd rebound.
Nice.
Mason keeps it himself, brings it to the front court. Little shake and bake, going to get pushed out by Wesson. Down to the top of the arc with Arroyo. Arroyo to Betancourt, right corner. 20-19, Lovington in the lead. Back to Arroyo. 17 foot from the right wing, off the glass, and good. Julian Arroyo now with 4 points in the ball game. Breaks the Lovington scoring trend down the other way, and a high inlet comes off the glass, so it'll be a rebound for Henson to Arroyo when he gets bodied. No call to Betancourt, now top of the arc. Henson, 3 on the way, NBA distance. It is short, and it'll be Zamaron with the rebound, his 3rd. Zamaron will leave it off as Sanchez turns on the Jets and gets it into the offensive zone for Artesia. From the free throw line, that one is going to be no good. And Arroyo with the rebound gets an elbow in the face for his trouble. Again, no call. To Enriquez, left corner, 3 on the way, in and out. And it'll be into the hands of Jarrett, his 4th. And it is taken away from him by Arroyo, but I think they're going to call Julian for a foul. Yep, they are. They're going to call Arroyo for his 3rd personal. That'll be the 7th team foul on the Wildcats, and so that will bring Artesia all the way down the court to shoot the 1-and-1. Lovington up by 3, 22-19.
4:15 left to play in this second quarter now. Wildcats with that slim 3-point lead. Artesia a chance to cut into it here.
So Jarrett at the line will shoot the 1-and-1. Joey Villalobos checks into the ball game for Coach Pack and the Cats. Artesia collectively 2 of 4 from the line. Jarrett's first trip tonight. Puts the left foot back, puts it up, misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Fight for the rebound, goes out of bounds as Wesson knocks it away. So it'll stay or actually go back into the hands of Lovington. Couple of Cats in a little foul trouble. Arroyo with 3, Henson with 2. As Aguilera to the front court, leaves it off for Isaac. Now to Villalobos in the left corner. Picks up the dribble and will get it to Henson. Now to Aguilera. He'll drive in on the right base, pull up from 15, and the little floater and the fadeaway is good. Adam Aguilera, his first bucket of the ball game. 24-19. Lovington back up by 5. 3:50 remaining, first half of play. To Wesson on the near sideline. Enriquez working on him. Hayton Dean's back in the ball game. Works against Villalobos. Has to just toss it out. Now they'll get it to Thorpe as Tatum picks him up quickly. Back to Deans, trying to get it away from Villalobos. Bumps into Joey, runs over 2 Cats, no call, puts up a little push shot, and it's good. I don't know how that wasn't a foul either way, but okay. 24-21, Cats up by 3. They're letting them play as long as they wear white here tonight, looks like. Long cross-court pass to Aguilera, 3 on the way. That one is off the mark, and the rebound by Thorpe, his second. Thorpe will hand it to Sanchez, who splits traffic to the free throw line, down to the elbow, and then underneath, and missing the point-blank shot is Jarrett, but he gets his 5th rebound and puts it back in. 24-23, Lovington up by 1 as Tate will go in and get the bucket of the foul. Hilliard takes it coast to coast off the inbound and will head to the line for the and 1. So that'll make it 26-23. With 3 the old-fashioned way to come from Tate and Hilliard.
If they ever, there. I was going to say, if they ever put the points up on the scoreboard, so they finally did.
Well, points on the scoreboard here are sometimes like fouls. They don't get called. And the and 1, and that one is off the mark, and the ball will go out of bounds as the 2 12s, Villalobos and Deans fighting for it. Joey touched it last, but Lovington back up by 3. Back and forth battle here at the Bulldog Pit. 2 very evenly matched teams. Lovington so far having a little trouble with the size inside for Artesia, but it hasn't been overwhelming. Sanchez to the front court, gets a little screen from Deans, loses the handle on the basketball, gets it up, but uses up his dribble. To the near side with Barrera. Barrera going to cycle it between the rings. He works against Aguilera, kicks the ball around like a soccer ball, and will just have to save it over to Jarrett. Jarrett to Meacham, who checks into the ball game for the first time. 2:25 to go, a screen, Deans. Lovington, nice job going around it. Sanchez will drive into the left lane and banks it off the glass, up and in. Nice move.
Lovington,
Nick Sanchez.
Yeah. Artesia very patient.
26-25, Aguilera into the front court. High off the glass, and Adam will bank it home. 4 points for Aguilera, 28-25. 3-point lead for Lovington, 2 minutes remaining in the first half. The 2 threes work against each other. Sanchez will go in, and of course he'll be fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. Question is, will they call it on Betancourt, Aguilera, or Enriquez? And I think they're going to get it on Adam. Yep. That'll be his second personal, 8th team foul on the Wildcats. So Sanchez at the line for 2.
And looks like Betancourt and Hilliard in the blocks for Lovington for rebounding.
Yeah, in the front ones. And number 1, Sanchez will get it up and in. It's good. So 28-26, Lovington up by 2. So Wesson will check in. Back in for Artesia. Betancourt, Hilliard, Villalobos. Villalobos checks out. Isaac Henson checks in. So Henson, Hilliard, Enriquez, Betancourt, and Aguilera on the floor for your Wildcats.
Just a minute 57 left to play in this second quarter.
Sanchez got the first, misses the second. It's a long rebound, and Mason Enriquez will have his third. Mason keeps it himself, weaves through traffic, puts up a little wild shot, and it's no good. And the rebound going to come into Meacham's hands. Little push off, no call as Enriquez and Wesson battle. Wesson tosses cross court to Sanchez, who'll set the offense for the Bulldogs. Minute 40 to go in the first half. Lovington up 28-26. Sanchez almost traveled, used up the dribble, slings it to Jarrett near side.
Artesia again.
Jarrett hands it to Wesson, and it's knocked away by Enriquez, and they're going to say that it was touched last by Enriquez. Enriquez was trying to argue that he'd actually knocked it off Wesson.
Artesia not afraid to hold on to the ball and really work around trying to get shots on the inside. And
well, that's smart basketball.
Sometimes their patience does pay off sometimes.
Yes, it does. And into the back court, they'll get it to Sanchez, who brings it into the front court. Directs traffic, pulls up in the right elbow, and you're kidding me.
Oh.
They are going to whistle the foul on Zadrick Betancourt. Looked like a clean pick to me, but instead it'll be free throws for Artesia. And now they have teed up Adam Aguilera, so that always happens here in this gym. And so the foul on number 10, Mason Enriquez. So that'll be his first personal. That'll be the third personal on Adam with the technical. And so Sanchez will head to the line. And he'll shoot the 1-and-1, although it won't really matter. So Nick Sanchez, this will be the 1-and-1. So Sanchez will put up the front end of the 1-and-1, and of course he gets it. Last year here, it was a technical foul that cost Lovington the ball game. It cost us the ball game at our place too. Is one of the officials going to go over and wants to talk to Coach Mondragon. So Sanchez made the front end of the 1-1. And now he'll shoot the second part of the bonus. And he gets them both to go and ties it up at 28. Now he'll shoot the technicals. And again, eerily reminiscent. Of course, that happened in the fourth quarter of both games last season. And so now up and in as Sanchez will get the front end of the technical. So shoots two. No front end in this one. It's a two-shot foul. So Sanchez now gets them all. Had 4 chances at the line. So Lovington, an interesting foul and then a technical gives Artesia the lead, 30-28. So as Wesson will inbound it, Lovington can't let this rattle them. They've just got to take a deep breath here and recollect with 1:18 remaining in the first half. Coming through as Wesson somehow kicks it around. No call on the kick ball. Lovington, though, playing tough defense, knocks it away, and a quick whistle sounds. Surely this isn't going to be on us. They're going to call the hack on Wesson. That'll be his first personal. 6-team foul on Artesia. So now on the floor for the Wildcats is Villalobos back in. Villalobos, Henson, Hilliard, Betancourt, and Enriquez. A little backcourt pressure now for Artesia. Staten will take it into the front court, gets the screen from Betancourt, but runs right into Zadrick. Gets it back, moves over, no-look pass. Enriquez, Betancourt, right wing for 3, and that one is off the glass and into the hands of the big boy Zamaron. His 4th rebound. Tries to throw it down the pipe and throws it away and into the hands of Lovington, and Tatum Hilliard gets crunched into. And Coach Casey, he wants the intentional on that one, and I don't blame him.
He's not going to get it, I don't think.
No, he's not. They're going to call the push, but that will be the 7th team foul on Artesia. Well, I have that as their 7th. Scoreboard has it as their 6th, and they're going to go with that. Yeah, he wanted the intentional foul. The flagrant there is not going to get it. Lovington trails by 2, 40 seconds to go, 30-28. Been a good one thus far. Enriquez loses his footing, there has got to be a slick spot right there. We'll see if they work on that at halftime since we're switching ways. So to the free throw, or to the baseline, the little one-hand push shot up by Hilliard, no good. He got bumped, no call, and into the hands of Jarrett. Jarrett leaves it off for Sanchez with 20 seconds to go. To the front court, Tatum loses his shoe, and a 15-footer for Sanchez is good. He is in fuego in this second quarter. He's got 9 points in the quarter, 11 in the ball game. Staten going to take a moment, put his shoe back on. 32-28, a 4-point Bulldog lead. It was a 7-point Lovington lead at the start of the quarter. A lot to talk about in the Bob's Thriftway halftime show. Tatum Hilliard to the front court, gets a screen from Betancourt, but then gets hammered in the back of the head as Jake Barrera puts the axe-handle chop, if you're familiar with wrestling. So Tatum will go to the line for 2. They're going to whistle that one on Barrera, his first personal. That is the 7th team foul.
7 seconds left in this second quarter, almost halftime. Lovington really needs to go into the half with.
Tatum
there you go.
Tatum gets the front end of the 1-1
with less of a deficit.
So Tatum gets the first one. So now he'll eye the second one. 7 points for Hilliard in the first half. Checking into the ball game. Going to be number 11, Javier Corrales. Corrales into the ball game for the Cats. Tatum got the first and misses off on the second one, and they're going to call it over the back on Henson. On the rebound, his 3rd personal. Isaac's in trouble, and so we'll walk down the floor, and Artesia will shoot free throws. He's Zapeth Zamaron. He'll shoot 2. They are in the double bonus as Enriquez. They come back down as Henson asking. They've both asked that official a couple of times about just wanting to make sure they knew what they did. They've been respectful. I will give them that. So, Wesson at the line. I thought it should have been Zamaron, but okay.
No time off the clock officially between these free throws. Still 7.1 seconds.
Wesson violates the lane. They don't call it, and he gets the free throw. He's got 3 points.
Yeah, it did look like he was over the
leaning
line.
And sliding, and no call. Well, It's all right. There's just two teams you got to beat if you're Lovington tonight. 33-29 the score. Second one on the way. And that one is good. Wesson gets them both. Artesia making Lovington pay from the charity stripe. With 4, with 3 is Hilliard. Shake and bake. Just inside the three-point arc. It is off the iron. And at the buzzer, no rebound. We head to the half. It's Artesia 34. Lovington 29. We're back in 2.5 minutes for your Bob's Thriftway halftime show. This is Wildcat Basketball on Z94 KZOR. Halftime here at the Bulldog Pit in Artesia. The Lovington Wildcats trailing the Artesia Bulldogs 34-29. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing. Let's take a look at the numbers in the first half of this one. We will start with the Artesia Bulldogs. Their leading scorer right now is Nick Sanchez with 11 points in the ballgame. 7 on the board for Cameron Thorpe. 6 points for Riley Jarrett. 4 points Diego Wesson. 4 points Zapeth Zamaron. And 2 points for Peyton Deans. Leading rebounder right now for Artesia is Jarrett. He's got 6 rebounds, 19 rebounds as a team for Artesia. They lead in that category as well. They went 9 of 13 from the free throw line. Many more opportunities from the stripe in the first half for Artesia. So they go 9 of 13. They turned the ball over 9 times in that first half, scored 13 in the first, 21 in the second. That's how they get to their 34 on the board. Turn the page for your Lovington Wildcats. Isaac Henson leads the charge right now for the team in blue. He's got 9 points. Tayton Hilliard with 7 in the first half. 4 points for Adam Aguilera. 4 points Julian Arroyo. 3 points Mason Enriquez. And a bucket for Joey Villalobos. Leading rebounders right now are Enriquez, Arroyo, and Betancourt, each with 3 rebounds. But Lovington only 11 rebounds as a team in that first half. From the free throw line, Lovington went 2 of 4 in the first half, so 50-50 from the stripe. Turned the ball over just 5 times in that first half. Incredibly good ball control for the Wildcats there, but the size underneath really kind of started biting Lovington late, and I think a little bit of frustration too that led to a whole bunch of free throws and then a bucket. That was a 6-point swing after the foul, then the technical, and then they scored on the next possession.
Yeah,
Eerily reminiscent of the game here last season. That happened late in the fourth quarter. This one happened late in the second. But a 6-point swing right there.
But Lovington scoring only 9 points in that second quarter. They had a heck of a first, really good one. They scored 20 points in that first quarter, but they slowed up, and their shooting went really cold in that second quarter, and they were getting almost no second looks at the basket. So as they were taking plenty of shots, but they just weren't falling, and their frustration with that, coupled with a couple of the calls, I think just got in their heads a little bit. So if they can use the halftime to just pull back, reset, and just decide they can play their game. They proved it in that first quarter. Play their game, and at their pace, and try to get their shots. Kind of get the hot hand and the shooting again. They just went cold in that second quarter, and they were really not any more rushed or forced in their shooting, really, that I saw in the second quarter. In fact, if anything, that pace was faster in the first quarter than the second to me.
Well, I think Lovington is going to really need to push the pace, but they're going to have to be careful because they've got some guys in foul trouble. Julian Arroyo got the start tonight. He's already picked up 3 personals. Isaac Henson with 3 personals. They got him for, I'm not going to say a ticky-tack over the back foul late in that quarter, but he's got 3 personals. Adam Aguilera, 2 personals on the technical, which means he's got 3 fouls on the board. And Tayton Hilliard, and I was thinking he just had 1. They had 2 on the board, but they've changed that. Yeah, he just has 1. But Aguilera, Henson, and Arroyo each with 3 personal fouls. That's basically an ouch. So they're going to have to play a little careful, but they're going to have to find a way to stay close while playing careful before they can unleash in the fourth quarter, as long as they don't have anybody sitting there with their 4th person.
What they can't afford to do is come out flat in this third quarter, because if they do, down by 5 already, that will give Artesia a chance to stretch out that lead, and then it's going to be really hard to catch them. So Lovington needs to come out on fire in this third quarter. They need to really push the pace and try to control the ball. And if their shooting is gonna stay kind of cold, they better maneuver somebody in there, a couple of somebodies, to try to get those offensive rebounds.
Yeah, with Jarrett and Zamaron underneath there. This is tonight. Joseph Perez is not with the team.
That's right.
And so
they're really missing him.
He's their leading rebounder.
Exactly.
He is really coming to his own the last probably 2-3 weeks and realized, hey, wait a minute, I'm a big, tough, strong kid too.
Exactly.
And nothing intimidates Joseph. So they're really missing his presence underneath tonight. But you got to play with who you can.
It's true.
And I know that the Cats will come out and give it everything they've got in the second half. Really need more of a first quarter than a second quarter, and we'll see what happens.
And sometimes it's not always about height. Sometimes it's about position and quickness. You look at Mason Enriquez, because he has grabbed several rebounds.
3 rebounds, yeah.
In the first half, and they've come at good times. So if Lovington can find a way to get their shooting a little hotter, to grab a few more rebounds offensively especially, and then of course to just keep their cool and not let Artesia rattle them and get in their heads, then they've got a really good shot at pulling it back up and maybe overtaking Artesia and winning this game.
I think they've got a chance, so we'll see what happens. This has been your Bob's Thriftway halftime report. 34-29, the Cats trail the Dogs. We're back in 90 seconds for the second half. Wildcat basketball continues on KZOR. Welcome back to Artesia, opening round of the District 4 4A schedule. Right now, Lovington trailing Artesia 34-29. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing. So Lovington going to put their starting five on the floor. Arroyo, Aguilera, Henson, Hilliard, and Betancourt. So that's who Lovington will start it out with. It will be Wildcat basketball to start this second half. And for Artesia, they're going to send their twin towers, Jarrett and Zamaron, out. They're also going to have Barrera, Sanchez, and Thorpe on the floor here in this second half. So Arroyo will trigger it in from right in front of the media table. So Lovington possession, trailing by 5, but still a half a basketball to play. Was a good first half. Let's see if it can be an even better second half for the Wildcats as Aguilera takes it into the front court, hands it off to Hilliard. Hilliard to Henson in front of the Wildcat bench. As Isaac will drive in, no look pass. Arroyo right corner for 3 and bang! Arroyo with the tray ball. Lovington strikes first, back to within 2, 34-32. 7:38 remaining third quarter. As Sanchez with tight pressure on him by Arroyo, takes it to the right base. He'll throw it to Thorpe. He'll take it in on the left base, puts up the little one-hand floater, no good. Ball into the hands of Thorpe as he got it, and he'll put it back up and in. Got his own rebound, and he's got 9. Lovington fighting for the rebound, just couldn't come away with it. As underneath goes Betancourt, loses the basketball, but somehow corrals it up. Hands it to Arroyo near side. Now over to Aguilera. Aguilera between the rings will bring it to the near side. Works against Barrera. Gets a screen from Betancourt. Hands it to Arroyo. Arroyo actually runs into Zadrick, so he'll reset and rethink it to Aguilera. Aguilera, a little stop and go from the right elbow. Puts up the 15-footer in and out and into the hands of Jarrett. That'll be his 7th board. Just the in and out. So Sanchez leaning, trying to get the foul. Puts up a wild one, and Tatum Hilliard will have his first rebound of the ball game.
Yeah, good grab.
To Arroyo as Arroyo fakes the pass and will take it up on the right glass and in. Julian Arroyo, where have you been all season, young man? Having a heck of a ball game. He's got 9 points in the game. 36-34. Cats trail by 2. Sanchez bounces it to Jarrett. Zadrick picks him up. Now to Zamaron. Zamaron to Thorpe. Thorpe will back it up, uses up the dribble, and will just kind of push it to Barrera. Barrera back to Sanchez to the free throw line, underneath to Zamaron, who tries to move and loses the basketball into the hands of Hilliard. Tate will keep it himself. Jets into the front court, goes into the left lane and puts up the floater, and it is good. Tate Hilliard with 9 points, ties this one up at 36 apiece. The Cats so far have done what they've needed to do in this third quarter. Sanchez to the front court in front of his own bench. Picks up his dribble, needs some help. High pass to the left wing. 3 on the way for Thorpe. It is off the mark, and Arroyo comes through and knocks it away. That was just a hustle play. He did not have position on Jarrett, but somehow got the hand on it to keep him with the easy putback.
You know, we've talked about it when sometimes your big players are out. It gives opportunity for other players who sometimes have been in the shadows a little bit to step up, and Arroyo is doing that tonight.
From the right baseline, inbound it to Riley. Back to Thorpe. He'll put up the left-hand floater. Not going to go and into the hands of, was Deans, but he is blocked out by Henson. To Hilliard, and he'll drive through. No call. Ball goes out of bounds as he splits 2 Bulldogs. And they're going to say last touch by Artesia. It'll stay Lovington basketball.
Great hustle, though. Really nice to see the fast break going down, really trying to create as many scoring opportunities as you can for Lovington.
Aguilera inbounds to Henson, who'll give it to Arroyo. Drives in, flips it to Betancourt. Dangerous pass. Then to Hilliard. It is off the glass from 3-point range and into the hands of Wesson, his 5th board. Wesson to Sanchez. He'll pull the 3-point trigger, and that one is going to be short. Ball loose on the court as Betancourt will get to it, and Tate asked for the timeout. Did he get it before? Nope, they call the jump before the timeout, and so it'll be Artesia basketball. Didn't get the timeout in time. Betancourt will get credit for the rebound, but it'll wind up being a turnover on the tie-up for the Cats. 36 all, 5:07 to go here in the third. Lovington Artesia having a battle here in the Bulldog pit. On the long inbound pass, Sanchez will get it between the rings. Arroyo picks him up. Arroyo a little shake and bake. Sanchez gets a screen from Dean, splits through traffic, leaves it off for Wesson. Left corner, his three ball is up. No good, and over the back on Thorpe, but they're not going to call it, but they're going to say he touched it last. It'll be Lovington basketball.
Oh, we get something out of it.
Yeah, we get the basketball back. I'll take it. 4:50 remaining in the third, all tied at 36. Aguilera to the front court, brings it near side. Tosses out to Hilliard. Hilliard swings it to Henson in front of the Lovington bench. He'll take it to the left base. Tosses right corner around to Aguilera. Aguilera, Arroyo, Henson left side. Now back to Arroyo, top of the arc as Deans picks him up. He'll take it to the right, blocking off the glass and in. 11 points in the ball game for Julian Arroyo. Lovington back in the lead, 38-36. 4:18 remaining in the third quarter at the halfway mark of the quarter. Lovington has been incredibly intense, and timeout taken by Coach Michael Mondragon. And yep, he hasn't mellowed any as he is letting his squad have it. 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here and remind you. Of course, we broadcast all of these games for Lovington boys and girls on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, at least the ones we're allowed to, and that is most of them. Please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Every 1,000 subscribers we get, we will award one random subscriber a $100 prize. So please tell your family and friends and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Of course, no matter how you're watching or listening, whether it's on YouTube or on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington, the Z94 app, or on the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com, we're glad to have you with us. So out of the timeout, Artesia basketball. As Jarrett has it, Betancourt picks him up, goes tight on him. Sanchez, and Arroyo's going to pick him up tight. Sanchez directs traffic to Dean's top of the arc. Hilliard on him, very tight. Fastball to Wesson, almost loses it. Will corral it in front of the home radio crew to our left. And now we'll have a timeout and a whistle away from the basketball. What is he going to call, and who's he going to call it on? They're going to, what did they call, what did they get him for? His first personal and the first team foul. Didn't happen anywhere near the basketball, so I wasn't really paying attention to what Zadrick did. He must have pushed off or something. So Thorpe will inbound it from left of the media table, gets it to the timeline with Sanchez. Sanchez still at center court as Arroyo picks him up. He'll cycle it left to right. Tosses over to Wesson in front of the Artesia bench. Now back out. Sanchez, three ball on the way as he got away from Arroyo, and he'll drain it. Sanchez with 14 points in the ball game gives Artesia back the 39-38 lead. To the front court with Betancourt. To Henson, it's knocked, but Isaac will get to it. Pushes over to Hilliard. Tatum into the paint, puts up the shot, and no good. Is he going to call the block? He better call the block. I may lose my mind if he calls the charge.
Two players end up on the floor on that.
Now let's see as he's going to come around. And, yep, they're going to call that on Riley Jarrett. They're going to call the block. His first personal, first team foul. That's his second personal, pardon me. And so at the line, Tatum Hilliard to shoot two. Tatum will put up the first one and gets the roll over the front of the rim and ties it again at 39. Yeah. Tatum about a 50-50 free throw shooter, but we need him down the stretch here.
Yeah, he has certainly come through with some clutch free throws in some of these games this year.
Second one up for Tatum, and he gets them both, and Lovington back up in this one, 40-39, a back-and-forth affair on a Friday night in Artesia. Crossing into the front court is going to be Sanchez. Hands it off to Wesson. Wesson going to push it near side to Thorpe. Isaac picks him up quickly to Sanchez. Head fakes the three, almost walks. Manages to save it. Back to Thorpe, around to Wesson as they work far side. Back to Sanchez, goes underneath, and he steps on the baseline. That'll be turnover number 11 for Artesia. Give it back to Lovington.
And a good break and a good chance for Lovington to capitalize on this. They need to.
And good pressure to get Sanchez a little bit wobbly underneath. Get him to step on that end line. To Hilliard from Aguilera. Swing it around to Henson. Henson throws the fastball to Betancourt, then to the free throw line with Arroyo. Takes it to the left base, off the glass, and count the bucket and the foul.
That's right. And boy, I tell you what, the Lovington really worked up. You know there's a lot of jawing going on the court and a lot of jostling. And Lovington, I think, is feeling a little bit, they're frustrated, but they feel a little persecuted as well. So this was a chance to get a little back.
Arroyo with 13 points in the ball game, a chance to make it 14 and to give Lovington a 4-point lead. 2:34 remaining. 42-39 is the and one on the way, and Julian doesn't get the bounce, and the rebound going to be made by Thorpe, his fourth. Thorpe to Sanchez into the offensive zone come the Bulldogs. 2:25 remaining. Third quarter, an exciting one here in Artesia. Sanchez gets the screen, goes to the left block, throws it over to Barrera. 3-ball, and that one is going to be blocked with authority by Henson and then saved by Hilliard to Arroyo, who saves it again and comes out back to Henson. Henson tosses underneath and a bad pass, and it is stolen away.
Oh, sad to see all that work go to shame.
Go for naught. So back down comes Artesia. Sanchez in off the left glass, and he'll get the bucket and the foul, of course. So he'll go to the line with a chance to tie it up for Artesia, and they're going to call the hold on Adam Aguilera. That'll be his fourth personal. That's his third. Second team foul on Lovington. So at the line will be Sanchez for the and one. 3 the old-fashioned way. And to tie it at 42 apiece. The and one is up, and of course he gets it. He is 6 of 7 from the free throw line. 42 all, under 2 minutes to go from the free throw line. Tatum bounces it high, and nobody in the neighborhood to rebound except for Riley Jarrett, and he's not wearing the right uniform. He's got 8 boards. Sanchez to the front court. NBA 3, right wing, and that one is off the mark. Fight for the rebound, and Tatum comes away with it. Hilliard will bring it back. This is it off. Henson, right corner, 3 on the way. In and out, got bumped, no call. And off the tip, it'll be Sanchez with the rebound. Runs through Mason Enriquez. Then he'll toss it to Wesson, then gets it back at the top of the arc. Slips, loses his footing. He'll toss it over to Barrera, right side for 3, and it's good. Pardon me, that's Malone, number 23. He gets the tray. 45-42, Bulldogs back in the lead. 1:20 to go here in the third. Mason Enriquez to Zadrick Betancourt. Little head fake, then comes to Arroyo. Hippity hop to the free throw line, needs some help, tosses back to Betancourt. He'll drive in on the left lane, now tosses right corner. Enriquez, 3-ball on the way, bang! Mason Enriquez has his second tray of the ball game and ties it up at 45 all. 1 minute remaining here in the third. Sanchez to the front court and just going to cut through like a hot knife through butter and goes to the rack and good. 47-45, 19 points for Sanchez.
40 seconds left to go in this third quarter.
Hilliard loses the handle on the basketball, is bumped, no call. 8 turnover for the Wildcats. Wildcats put the pressure on as Enriquez goes, what happened there? As Malone from the right corner, 3, that one is off the mark. Comes from nowhere, gets his own rebound, his first. Enriquez tries to pick his pocket. Malone somehow comes up with it. Tosses back to Sanchez. He'll drive in from the left block. Shot up, no good, on the rebound by Henson. Henson with the ball, going to be knocked away. And it should be Lovington basketball, as Malone says it was off my head, Coach. I believe Coach Mondragon related to longtime Clarendon coach Mondragon. They are both very intense. 47-45, Bulldogs in the lead. Lovington with the basketball. Under 10 to play. Off the screen, Tatum drives in, puts up a little push shot. No good, and the rebound going to be made by Malone with 1 second to go. Sanchez at the buzzer. It is off the glass, and we head to the fourth. Artesia 47, Lovington 45. We've got a good one. We're back for the fourth in 1 minute on KZOR Hobbs Lovington. Welcome back to Artesia. Fourth quarter time. District opener for our Lovington Wildcats against the Artesia Bulldogs. 47-45. Artesia in the lead. I'm TJ Miracle with Dawn Morgan alongside Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing. Lovington came out on fire in that third, but then Artesia scrambled back into it, Dawn. So now a critical fourth quarter for the Cats.
It is, as they did their job in the third quarter. And now, of course, it all comes down to this.
Enriquez to Hilliard. Hilliard pushes out to Henson, top of the arc for three, and bang! Isaac Henson has his third tray of the ball game. He's got 12 for the Cats. Hilliard with 11, Henson with 12, Arroyo with 13. 48-47, Lovington in the lead early here in the fourth. To the front court with Sanchez, gives it to Wesson. Pardon me, that's Barrera. Barrera from the left wing. His three ball is up and good. The teams trade trays. So a 2-point Artesia lead and a bump. Wesson gonna bump Arroyo.
They're gonna get him.
That'll be the second personal. Fourth team foul on Artesia. 50-48. The Artesia fans not liking it. It was legitimate, boys and girls. 50-48, Lovington trailing Artesia. It is their basketball as Enriquez will get the inbound. Enriquez to Henson. Henson to Hilliard between the rings. Tatum one dribble, then gives it to Mason. They put two on him. That's going to leave somebody open. Henson back to Hilliard. Hilliard cycles it right to left to Arroyo. Now to Enriquez. Loses the basketball. Saves it out. Good hustle play to Arroyo. Back to Enriquez. And he's going to get his pocket picked by Sanchez. Back down the other way. And a foul going to be called on Enriquez. For Mason, his second personal. I think a little bit of a frustration foul there. And you don't want to put Sanchez at the line, which is exactly what they just did. So they're going to call the hold on Mason Enriquez. 50-48. This one is tight. You can feel the tension here at the Bulldog pit. So Enriquez at the line for two, gets the first. He's got 20, leads all scorers in the ball game. He's really been what has kept Artesia breathing in this one. He has pretty much single-handedly done the damage. Sanchez made the first. The junior point guard gets them both. 21 points, leads the way, makes it a 4-point Artesia lead. Henson Enriquez going to play catch still in the backcourt as Artesia putting on the pressure. Villalobos in the ball game. Coach Pack telling him what he wants to do as Henson uses up the dribble to Villalobos. Joey moves it around, runs the point, hands it off to Hilliard. Hilliard works against Barrera. Pardon me, yeah, that's Barrera, number 24. Long cross-court pass. Isaac thinks about taking the NBA three, thinks better. Gets it to Tatum. He'll take three, and yes, sir, bang! Tatum Hilliard with 14 points. Makes it 52-51. The Cats trail by one. 6:14 remaining here in the ball game. A 1-point affair. Sanchez to the front court. Pulls up from 17 off the glass. It is good. Sanchez is just absolutely killing the Cats right now. So timeout going to be taken by Coach Mondragon. 6:07 remaining in the ballgame. Artesia 54, Lovington 51. We're back in a minute on KZOR. Back here in Artesia, out of the Bulldog timeout. It'll be Wildcat basketball. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Enriquez will get the inbound from Villalobos. To the near side with Hilliard. Hilliard tossing to a cut and Henson, then underneath, and Betancourt trying to go back door and too hard off of his hands. Turnover number 10 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, nice diagram play, just didn't execute it like they wanted to.
So does Sanchez. Spin move as he gets it into the front court, tosses underneath, and that one is going to be too hard off the hands of Zamaron.
Good opportunity for Lovington right here.
It is. Hilliard almost loses the basketball as he works against Thorpe near side, cycles it back around to the middle. 3-point lead for Artesia, 5.5 remaining in the ball game. Toss it to a cutting Villalobos, and Joey banks it off the glass and in. Right side for Villalobos. 54-53, Lovington cuts it back to within a point. Sanchez, he's going to sleep good tonight. He's played a whale of a game. He'll move it top of the arc, toss it around to Zamaron, now to Thorpe. Deep right corner, then back on the give and go, and knocked over is Henson, and they call the charge.
Yep.
Great job by Isaac to get in there. Zapa Zamaron will pull his third personal. That'll be the fifth turnover, or the fifth personal, I should say, on Artesia. 12th turnover on the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he really did. He got his feet set for like about a full second before contact. So
yeah, he did.
Really not much question about that.
Artesia was saying he was slipping and sliding. Maybe, but we got, that's a makeup for earlier. We'll just say that. 54-53. Hilliard to the front court, drives in, and a whistle going to sound. They'll wave off the shot as a foul going to get called on a hold. They're going to call that on Thorpe, his second personal, sixth team foul on Artesia.
Lovington trails by 1 point, 54-53 with just under 5 minutes to play.
And so to Hilliard. Bounce it and loses the basketball. That'll be the 12th turnover. Back down the other way comes Wesson, and he'll put it high off the glass. No good, and Tate will hustle back and get the rebound, his third, and then a quick whistle sounds, and we'll be shooting free throws. We're in the bonus. Now it's important to get them. They're going to call that on Wesson, his third personal, seventh team foul on Artesia. And I said something earlier about it being a little ticky-tacky when it happened to us, and I'm going to say the same thing. I thought that was a bit ticky-tacky on them, but we're shooting free throws now. So Tate and Hilliard at the free throw line. 54-53, a chance to tie it. It is a 1-1. Front end is up, and he gets it, and we're tied at 54.
Tatum, really, I've said it this game when he sank a couple, is that he's been he's good in clutch situations.
And he gets both ends of the bonus. 55-54, Lovington in the lead. They do still have some fouls to give as Sanchez to the front court. Villalobos picks him up, now he'll switch off with him with Hilliard. Toss it back out after a quick pass over to Thorpe. Sanchez backs it up to the timeline. Little stop and go to Thorpe. Wide open look left side, and he'll pull the three-point trigger, and it's good.
Yeah, if you
His
leave him open,
he
definitely made Lovington pay on that.
Henson thinks about the three, back down the other way. Now they'll cycle it around as Coach Pack tells them, move it, move it, move it. To Hilliard, to Henson. Isaac, top of the arc, takes it in, hippity hop through the left lane, high off the glass, no good, and on the push, it'll be a rebound by Betancourt, his fifth, and they're going to call a charge on Betancourt as he drove in. That'll be his second personal. That'll be the 13th turnover on Lovington. 57-55, Bulldogs in the lead, 4:10 remaining in the ball game. Cut the tension with a knife here at the Bulldog pit, and even though limited capacity, it is still a loud, rowdy crowd. Wesson will run the point into the front, bounces inside, Betancourt will steal it away. Zadrick will bring it back himself, goes through traffic, and he'll be fouled as Wesson gets the elbow up under the chin. So that'll put Zadrick at the line for two. Wesson, that'll be his fourth personal. Now that'll be the 8th foul on Artesia. So Zadrick at the line. Betancourt takes the trip, his first trip to the line tonight. I believe it is a two-shot foul. Zadrick will put it up and bounces it off the front of the rim, no good. Betancourt with 5 rebounds and a couple of steals. Still trying to get into the scorebook. So missed the first, but he gets another shot at it. Can get Lovington to within 1. It's up the second one, and it is in and out, and that'll be Thorpe with his 5th rebound. Stolen away immediately, though. Here come the Cats as Henson will steal it away. Henson, and he bad passes coming back. Playing trailer was Jarrett, came out of nowhere and stole it right back. Sanchez to the free throw line, leaves it over. Malone, left corner, his three ball is going to be off the iron. Gets his own rebound, his third, and he'll put it up, no good. Rebound going to be fought for, made by Jarrett, and finally, nope, Sanchez will come away with it, and Artesia will reset. How do you miss that many rebounding opportunities? Coach Mondragon comes out and screams for the timeout. 3:24 remaining in the ball game. We'll just keep it right here and say a big thanks to North Lee Hospital, Bob Swiftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Now Pharmacy, Lovington Schools, EP&S, and Stone Oilfield Services. So if you're Coach Casey Pack, what are you telling your guys in that huddle right now, Dawn?
You've got to get those points any way you can. You've got to. Lovington, they're fighting for the rebounds. They're there. They've just been the ball has just been slipping out of their hands. Also, that's heartbreak watching, that second foul go in and out. Hate it when you get those pop backs, that little that little spin that reverses and pops out of the basket. It's just so tough.
It is, and Coach Mondragon actually calling that timeout, and he came out and he was hot. Not sure what he's hot about. Everything's pretty much been going his way this last couple of minutes of clock time, but he is a perfectionist, and we've had a good one.
Artesia, they had about 12 and a half looks at the basket.
They did. Couldn't get one to go.
No, they think that's probably what they heard most, I think, in that huddle.
Yeah, probably something about finish, I would think. 3:24 remaining in the ball game. A 57-55 Artesia lead. This has been a good one. Cameron Thorpe to inbound it from in front of the media table to our left. Lovington with Henson, Hilliard, Villalobos, and Enriquez and Betancourt on the floor. Sanchez, Thorpe, Jarrett, Barrera, Thorpe three from the right side, no good, and into the hands of Betancourt off the air ball.
Great rebound too, very nice.
Zadrick will leave it off for Tatum. We hit the 3-minute mark, a 2-point Artesia lead. Tatum looking for some room, takes it into the right lane, puts up the circus shot and good. Doop, doop, doo, 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 doo. It works and ties it up at 57.
Only thing better would have been to draw a foul doing it.
Yeah. To the free throw line with Jarrett. He'll go to the right block, and he'll put up the floater from there. Pretty shot.
That was nice. Credit where credit's due.
Credit is due. Back down to the free throw line. Now into the left corner. Villalobos for three. It is off the iron, and that one will go into the hands of Barrera. His first rebound. 2.5 to go in the ballgame. 59-57. Lovington trails. Artesia basketball. Villalobos lays out, tries to get it away from Dean. He'll move away from it. To Barrera for three, and it's good. Jake Barrera has his second tray of the ball game. And now, just like that, it's a 5-point lead. Lovington needs to go on a run. And timeout taken by Coach Casey Pack. He wants to stop it before the momentum really shifts. It will be a full timeout. 2:13 remaining in the ball game. Artesia 62, Lovington 57. We're back in 30 seconds on KZOR. Back here in Artesia, 62-57, 2 minutes plus to go in the ball game. A 5-point Artesia lead as they went on a little spurt out of a timeout, Dawn, and it stretched it out to a 5-point lead. But this has been an entertaining back and forth affair.
Very frustrating at times, I think, for both teams. Getting hot, getting cold, getting hot again, having some things go their way, then not. And so it's been exciting basketball, definitely.
And it will be Lovington basketball out of the timeout. Got the 5 starters on the floor. Aguilera, Arroyo, Hilliard, Henson, and Betancourt. Aguilera at the timeline, gets it, hands it off to Hilliard. Tatum cycles around, gives it back to Adam as Aguilera sets the offense with 2:03 to the left block. Needs some help, tosses to Arroyo. And we're going to have a huge push put on by Wesson, and it'll be free throws for the Wildcats. As they're going to call that on Wesson, and if I'm not mistaken, that's number 5. Yes, it is. Diego Wesson will foul out of the ball game. 4 points, 5 rebounds, so he is done.
It's a good chance here for
He's
Lovington.
a very rugged defender for Coach Mondragon.
Yeah, a very physical player.
Yeah, Adam Aguilera at the line to shoot the 1-and-1. That is just the 19th foul on Artesia. Aguilera, his first trip to the stripe. It's up the front end of the 1-and-1. It's good. He's got 5 points. So made the first. Now he has a chance to get it down to a 3-point ball game. You can keep it at 1 possession. That's all you need. Aguilera made the first. Isaac skies the second, gets them both. It's back to a 1-possession ball game. 62-59.
Great pressure performance there.
Just under 2 minutes remaining. Sanchez to the front court. Henson works on him. Now Hilliard, as Thorpe gets the basketball, toss it high to Jarrett out near the center court line. Jarrett hands it off, then sets a screen for Sanchez. Tatum picks him up quickly. He'll drive in, leave it to Thorpe. Work it around to Malone. Malone back to Thorpe. Long pass. They're just going to play keep away at this point. At some point, Lovington's going to have to foul. We're at 90 seconds to go. And time. Whoa, a travel going to be made. That could be what Lovington needs. 14th turnover for the Artesia Bulldogs as the Euro step by Malone gives it to Lovington. So they'll inbound it from the near sideline. In the backcourt, Arroyo to Aguilera. $1:27 remaining in the ball game. A 3-point lead for Artesia. Back and forth, entertaining one. Arroyo to Aguilera. Adam works against Barrera. Aguilera from the free throw line. Little jump floater. Not going to fall and into the hands of Malone. His 4th rebound. Beat it 4 and a bad pass. It'll be stolen away. The Cats have forced their 15th turnover of the Dogs. 1 minute to go in the ball game. Tatum drives in, leaves it to Betancourt, and they are going to call the charge on Hilliard. He was trying to get Henson wide open and had him, but they called the charge first. Second on Tatum, 16th turnover. And that's a big one as Coach Pack is calling on, I would say he's calling out the Dogs, but he's calling on the Cats. He's putting the full court man press on.
Yeah, he's telling him to get on there.
Yeah. Under a minute to go. As Barrera will get it, he'll toss it back to Thorpe. Thorpe near side to Sanchez. And a whistle sounds. A timeout going to be taken by Coach Mondragon. So he's got 1 timeout, 51.8 seconds remaining. It is a 30, so we'll just keep it right here. The Cats still have fouls to give, but that's not necessarily a good thing at this point, Dawn.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, they have to, they need to get fouled more than
They need to foul, but they've got to find a way to preserve time on the clock.
And they do.
We saw what Artesia's going to do. They're going to play keep away.
They are. When they get the ball back, they're simply going to hang on to it and make Lovington come and foul them. So Lovington has to find a way to get the ball and to get at least a 3-point shot in to tie it up before the end of this
or they're
game.
going to have to get an and one to go.
That's right.
Going to have to get the bucket and the foul. So it'll be Artesia basketball out of their timeout from the near side. It'll be Thorpe to inbound. They're going to put pressure on the receiving men instead of the inbounder, so Thorpe will have room to work. They're trying to find somebody breaking free, and it'll be Sanchez in the backcourt. He works against Aguilera. Sanchez, little stop and go, finally gets it into the front court. 45 seconds to go in the ballgame. To Thorpe, almost loses the basketball, bounces out to Sanchez. Back to Thorpe to Sanchez near half court. 30 seconds to go. Thorpe to Sanchez. Tatum tries to foul him, and finally Henson will. 4th personal on Isaac. After this one, the bonus will be on for Artesia, so they have to foul almost instantly when the ball comes in. 31 seconds to go in the ball game, trailing by 3. They're going to do everything they can as they get it into Meacham. He gets fouled, no call. They'll give it to Thorpe, and they'll just work it around and reach in on Sanchez, picks up his dribble, and whistle sounds as Coach Mondragon going to take the timeout. And I believe that'll be his final time. They're saying I had him with 1 left. They had him with 2, but so a timeout by Artesia. 23 seconds to go. Wow, Dawn, what can you say about this one? The Cats have got to find a way to get the pass. Yeah. They've got to find a way to stop the clock, or they've got to steal the inbound. Somehow and I don't know what they practice. I know Coach Pack likes to do traps and presses. I think he's got to put somebody on the inbounder just so it gives them a little something to think about, because they have got way too much time to think about it. He's got the quickness and the athleticism on this team.
He does.
That he can stay in man coverage and give them basically their only shot. If you can get maybe Henson or Hilliard on whoever your inbounder is,
and get that ball,
is to try and go high to Jarrett on an inbound, but that has its own inherent risks and dangers.
That's right. It's a high risk, high
reward. High reward kind of deal.
Right.
23 seconds to go in the ball game. It'll be Artesia basketball inbounding from just to the left of the scorer's table. So it'll be Thorpe to inbound it. Tosses into the backcourt to Sanchez. Is Aguilera going to pick him up? 20 seconds to go, and they're going to foul him. So Adam will bump him, his fourth personal. Not that it matters, but now if there's anybody shooting free throws you don't want there, it's Nick Sanchez. So he'll go to the line
and
for
course,
the 1-and-1.
They knew that. They wanted
Sanchez to get the basketball.
Exactly. They wanted Sanchez to get fouled. So
if you're a fan of the orange and white, the right man has the basketball right now. If you're a fan of the blue and white, the collective groan just went up.
Yeah, 62-59.
Sanchez, the front end of the 1-and-1. He missed it. And a fight for the rebound, and it'll be Henson who comes away with it. His fourth. Henson pulls up, needs some help to Hilliard, working around. Arroyo drives in, hippity-hop through the lane and lays it in. No call, and timeout taken by Coach Pack as Julian Arroyo, with 8 seconds to go, makes it a 1-point ball game. He was hoping he would get the continuation and a foul. Did not, so that makes it a 1-point ball game.
With 8 seconds left on the clock.
Lovington's only chance is to either foul on the inbound or steal the inbound pass. That is basically their only chance right now.
How many heart attack games
is
Lovington going to give us this season? And these two teams, especially when they meet.
Yeah, at our place in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, these two teams here, I mean, these have been some entertaining games. So Coach Pack is drawing them up on the far sideline, but you've got to find a way to either delay past 5 seconds to get the 5-second call on the inbound, or you've got to find a way to steal that inbound. And if you can't, you have to foul immediately. And when I say immediately, when they foul, it better say like 7 seconds instead of 8.7 on the clock. And they are going to guard the inbounder this time with Henson. And they're trying to get it in. It'll be the high inbound, and it'll be into the hands of Hilliard. Tatum goes underneath to Villalobos. Back to Tatum. He is blocked with 4 seconds to go, and feed it forward, and at the buzzer, no shot. 62-61. Lovington had the opportunity, but blew it. Villalobos.
Well, he got blocked out.
Tries for the assist to Tatum Hilliard, and Hilliard gets blocked. Wow.
What a game. What a finish. Unfortunately, Lovington losing by 1 point, but what a show tonight.
62-61. We'll take a 3-minute timeout, come back with the postgame show. This is Wildcat Basketball as I'm trying to lose a lung here on KZOR. Welcome back to the Wildcat postgame show here on Z94 KZOR. A heart stopper that unfortunately goes the way of the Artesia Bulldogs tonight, 62-61. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle, Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing. Taking a look at the final numbers of this one for Artesia, leading the way was Nick Sanchez. He had 23 points in the ball game, led all scorers. Cameron Thorpe with 11 points, the only other double-digit scorer for the Bulldogs. Their leading rebounder was Riley Jarrett. He had 8 points to go along with 9 rebounds. 34 rebounds as a team for Artesia. They go 12 of 17 from the free throw line, and they score 13, 21, 13, and 15. That's how they get to their 62. 18 turnovers in the ball game for the Artesia Bulldogs. For your Lovington Wildcats, 3 players in double figures tonight. Tayton Hilliard leads the way with 18 points. 15 in the books for Julian Arroyo, 12 points for Isaac Henson. 6 points Mason Enriquez, 6 points Adam Aguilera, and 4 points for Joey Villalobos. Leading rebounder tonight was Adric Betancourt. He had 6 boards in the ballgame, but only 19 rebounds as a team for Lovington. Wow. They go 8 of 13 from the free throw line and had 16 turnovers in the ball game. But a 1-point game. The Cardiac Cats do it again, but unfortunately this time the Dogs get the upper hand and win 62-61. And, you know, we were kind of talking off the air. We had a 6-point swing in the second quarter with a foul, a technical, and then they scored on the ensuing possession.
Right.
That's the difference in the ball game.
Well, sure. But you can look at every missed shot and say, okay, that's the difference because it's a 1-point game. So everybody who, you know, took a shot and missed, you know,
Sure.
you know, has responsibility, and likewise, I mean, anytime you win, it's just so tough to do that. So tough to lose by just 1 or 2 or even 3 points, because everybody can look and back but maybe that's better that everybody can share the responsibility.
That's true too,
for a win and a loss.
And I think I bring that up just because this is now the 3rd consecutive district game that is potentially hinged on a technical foul.
Yeah. Well, you look at the Lovington girls win on Tuesday night,
and it was a technical foul.
The coach, the opposing Coach Padilla for Chaparral, had drew a technical, and Lovington made both of those shots, and so you could look at that and see that is the difference. Although that was the difference, there was the Lovington girls won, but the Lovington boys, they just came in tonight. They just had a few problems again. Just tough rebounding, and but they're bright points. I mean, what they were doing well. For them to be without Joseph Perez and do this well in this game, though, that's a testament to a couple of the other players really coming in and stepping up. Julian Arroyo was one of them. Mason Enriquez was one of them.
Yeah, big games for both those
That's
young
right.
men.
Zadric Betancourt.
Had a great defensive game.
Exactly. Isaac Henson, Tayton Hilliard, Adam Aguilera, of course, doing really well. But there were a lot of contributors tonight. Again, just sad that such a hard-fought game and a well-played game for the most part on Lovington's on their part ended up, with a loss.
Well,
and a heartbreaker when it's just 1 point.
So now you just got to take a deep breath and get ready for Tuesday night, where we'll be back at the friendly confines of Wildcat Gym with the Goddard Rockets coming into town. We'll be on the streamcast on YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com at around 5:20 for the Lovington Lady Cats. Then immediately following around 7 o'clock, we'll be here on Z94 KZOR, also on the YouTube channel and Hobbs America for the Lovington boys and the Rockets. So final thoughts on this one tonight, Dawn?
Just 62-61 and exciting play. Most of this game, I don't think anybody had more than
7 points was the biggest lead of the game.
Biggest spread, and that was brief.
Lovington.
That was pretty brief.
First quarter.
This game was really more of this game was within the 3 to 5 point difference the entire game. So that says a lot about the play for both teams.
It certainly does. Of course, we forget, and I didn't mention this earlier, Artesia was in the state finals last year, so they are a good program, to be sure. And with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on it. It was running and gunning up and down the floor. The Cardiac Cats come up short as they fall to Artesia tonight, 62-61. Wildcat basketball on Z94 KZOR has proudly been presented by Norley Hospital, Bob's Thriftway, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, and Now Pharmacy. Wildcat basketball also brought to you by the Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, and Stone Willfield Services. For Megan Auto in studio engineering and producing, for Tiff and Evie Stuber keeping an eye on the streamcast, for Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Artesia. This has been an exclusive presentation of New Walmart Digital and Z94 KZOR Sports. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend.